What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Toronto Raptors fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. What's going on here? We look a little different. Well, just started changing things up right before the stream for whatever reason. Actually, the reason I changed it is I noticed there's been performance issues on my end here and there, and I was like, I do have two web pages open with YouTube and the scoreboard. Not the scoreboard, that's actually another web page, but the scoreboard with ESPN showing the players on the court. And that web page reloads a lot of ads. So I realized I'm like that might be causing some of the issues. So I'd rather everything work well than have that up there. So I'm going to take that down. We'll test it at the end of the season, see if that helps. And that's all I got. So thanks for stopping in. It's a Sunday afternoon, maybe Sunday night for some of you, maybe Monday morning for some of you. But this is a game technically doesn't mean anything. Spurs have locked up the eighth lottery spot. The Raptors, I think, are seventh, sixth or seventh. Having said, Stephon Castle looking to secure Rookie of the Year. Like to have him close with a big game. Chris Paul's playing, be the oldest player ever to play 82 games in a season. I think I saw that today. HB 82nd game, so Champagne's 82nd game. So some cool stuff happening. And I really like the Spurs to get their 34th win of the year, which would be their most in 5 years. Let's get body goody. Afternoon to you, Andrew. What's going up? Mick D, Two Clutch Goring, Steven Z, Jorling Chong. What's going on? I know it's early where you are. Rhonda, thank you for stopping in. J Money, Area 51, and you get to see more. Do you see more of me? I guess I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I hope you do one, Leroy. Yes, Sirski, what's going on? Also, Harrison Barnes, Julian Champagnie, Chris Paul playing their 82nd game. TSR Sports is calling his 82nd game. We did it. We caught, well, I should probably wait and not jinx myself, but barring something weird happening in the next, half an hour to an hour, we called 82 games this year. That's every regular season game plus the preseason and regular preseason and summer league, which will make 95 Spurs games. We did it. The first time in the channel's history. Who the hell is that next to Jacob Toby? I just caught a glimpse. I don't know if it's a Spurs legend. I just caught a quick glimpse, and it's not Sean Elliott. That's all I know. Bonjour, Arno, JT, what's going on? I did do it. Who do you think won't be back next season? Me. No, I'm just kidding. Charles Bassey. First name that comes to mind. Got that noodle knee, can't stay healthy. Like the player, like what we see occasionally on the court on the defensive end. He can't stay healthy. By the way, if the lighting's weird today and bright, it's during the day, so I got a sun window blasting me in the face. I call these in my living room, so I can't get rid of my window. If it becomes a problem, I'll try to cover it up a little, but tonight the light will be shining on me. Charles Bassey's definitely gone. I don't know what they're going to do with our young picks. Harrison Ingram, Juan Nunez, Riley Minix. Minix was playing well in G League, had the shoulder injury. He'd be an older rookie, 23 or 24. There's a lot of question marks on those guys. Nunez, I don't believe played particularly well overseas and blew out his knee. Gosh, that's two out of our three, G League or two-way, whatever you want to call it. Guys not in the active team, got injured. Anthony, what's going on? Last super chat of the year. I hope it's not the last super chat of the year. Last super chat of the season. Not that I'm asking for super chats. Please don't take that the wrong way. I know I missed some hellos, so my apologies. A lot of question marks on David Duke Jr. Well, who else I'm not sure he'll be back. I think Malachi Branham and Blake Wesley were picked up for the fourth year on their contracts. I guess they'll both be back, but I don't know if they're going to play. Jamie, what's going on? Andrew, thank you for stopping in. Victor, Paisan, I saw a stat that said you are the oldest YouTuber to ever call. I wouldn't doubt it. Paisan, TSR is 47. Am I the oldest YouTuber ever to call 82? I know Sports Fury calls every one of the Warriors games. I assume they made every one of them. But I'm 100% sure one of them's younger than me. I'm pretty darn sure the other two are younger than me as well. So who knows? I might be. Yeah, good on me. Yes, Sirski, more to come. Not at the Andrew, no, not nervous at all. Anthony Yo-Yo, I know you super chatted, but Yo-Yo to do. Random gone, but I think he's under contract. TSR, the newest Spurs Ironman. Thank you, Road Trip. Yes, next year we do make the playoffs. Arno, Harrison Barnes is under contract next year. Chris Paul is a giant question mark. If he decides not to retire, is he going to come back and say, wherever I go, I want to be a starter? Well, I'm sorry, buddy. A contending team is probably not going to want a 40-year-old player as their starter. I'd welcome him back in as a bench role / mentor. It's really it's for the Spurs. It's really tough to figure out what they're going to do in the offseason because we also have 2 first-round picks and we have a second-round pick. Now they might not keep one of those first-round picks. They didn't do that last season or last draft. Rasheer Fleming looks like he'll be available around that 15 spot of Atlanta's if they make the playoffs. So I'm hoping they take him. That's who I'm riding or dying with at that pick. Who knows if the offseason trades? We got the Kevin Durant rumors. I saw a ridiculous story recently. Bradley Beal to the Spurs. Why the hell would we want him? One, why do we want another guard? But why do we want a guard that's past his prime? Sure, he's going to take a pay cut wherever he goes if he gets bought out by Phoenix. But what? Why? Why? Why Bradley Beal at this point? I'm good. I'm very good on that. Calvin Johnson coming to the Bucks. Well, for Giannis, okay, I'm in. Wemby does still lead the NBA in blocks. That is crazy. I'm doing good, Andrew. Do you think that that's Harrison Barnes definitely back? Carl CP3 don't know. Howdy, Robert. Thank you for stopping in. Asia, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in. Mike Malone, maybe. Bless up, we max it. Aquavision not streaming the draft, but I'll do a reaction to the Giants' first round pick. I don't follow the NFL enough. I follow the Giants, and that's it. Now, with the NBA, obviously I follow the Spurs the most, but I do follow a little bit of what's going on, and I can name a lot more players coming up in the NBA draft, which is a couple months away, than I can in the NFL draft. I can name 3 players in the NFL draft. Seriously, I'm being honest. Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, and Travis Henry. Which one of those guys probably going to the Giants. After that, there's names that I may have heard, but I'm forgetting them. Rich is the Chris Paul. Thanks. YouTuber of the year. Arno, I appreciate that. Nintendo Lego me says, hope we get the win. Yeah, 34 and 48. I mean, it's not great. It's an improvement over the last 2 years, which were 22 and 60 both. Jamal Shee, Jamison Battle, Ochi Ogbajimi, Scotty Barnes, and Jonathan Magbu are the start. I'm gonna butcher some of these names. Is that my starting lineup? Battle Barnes. Yes, okay. So I got the Raptors lineup right. Just making sure. Hate Watch is Tuesday night. That is going to be Tuesday night. The Hawks play the Orlando Magic. It looks like that game's going to be on 7 p.m. Eastern on TNT. Thankfully, it sounds like Miss TSR is going to hook me up and let me use her Max to watch it. Max, I think, shows TNT games. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or she might be here. She said she might be able to make it, which she hasn't been on in a bit, so we'll see on that one. Thank you, T-Gunk82. You did, even though some of these games are tough, and for the times you weren't feeling. No, there was a couple of games I was not feeling great, and definitely fatigued. Last week was brutal. We had 3 10 o'clock games plus the 10 o'clock UFC last night. I was just exhausted this morning. I wanted to stop by the UConn celebration in Hartford, Connecticut for UConn winning. Miss TSR went. Looks like she had a great time. I actually ended up taking a nap for about 45 minutes a little while ago. I was just absolutely toasted. Last week was my sleep schedule was way off last week. It's an improvement. We're heading in the right direction. Absolutely. And we are very disappointed if we get. I would be absolutely angry if we got Beal. Next season, 48 and 34. I'll take that. Absolutely, Arno. Aaron, thank you for stopping in. I agree with the Ghost Spurs go. 2 of them are Dion. Oh, yes, Shedeur Sanders is Dion. Yes. Oh, Travis Hunter. Why do we say Travis Henry? Thank you, Asia. Last trio to play all 82 games was the Timberwolves in 2017-18. Barnes, CP. Wow. This will be the first time since then. That Area 51, thank you for the stat. Get the likes up, people. Much better season. Next season, similar to the Pistons. Indeed. The Hawks game Tuesday, I think, is at 7 p.m. Eastern or 7:30. The times haven't been officially announced. I think they're still trying to figure out who the Western Conference playing teams are. I think it's going to be at 7 o'clock. I can't imagine it would be. It's going to be a prime time game, maybe 8 o'clock. This is a play-in. This is a playoff game, so prime time makes sense. So I'm going to say 7:30 or 8 seems more logical. The best starting lineup this season was, yes, it was Arno. Actually, it was. What's up, Gio? KLM Sports. Thank you for stopping in. Buenos tardes. Romeo, what's up? Borgathon. I can't look. End of an era today. Last game for Spurs radio nuts. I know. Bill's retiring. When they bringing me over? A healthy Wemby and Fox next year is going to be a lot of fun. King Sports Show, this is the last one. Well, we'll be live Tuesday for the Hawks Hate Watch, but the last Spurs game until at least Summer League. The Golden Tavern, go Spurs, go. This is a win today. A win, a win. Aaron, what's up? And Kellen's giving a little speech. Thank you, James. Another season gone, but thanks for what you do. Let's get a win. Jamie, I agree. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And go Spurs, go to you. Go Spurs, go to everyone. We did it. We made it through all 82, and you guys really helped me get through this last 8 weeks. You guys know I love doing the Spurs content as a Spurs fan, hanging out with you guys. But there is that part of me that's a content creator that wants the channel to grow. And channel growth over the past 6 weeks has been almost none. And it's tough when you're putting. I'm actually putting in more work the last 6 weeks than I ever have on the channel with all the live streams, the Spurs content, those documentaries that are up there right now that hopefully grow at some point. Every single one of those has taken about 8 to 10 hours or more. Yeah, I've put a lot of time into those. That's literally a 40-hour work week at least in the four that I just put up there. So that's it's. I'm hoping long term those will pay off, and then the Spurs, once they're a winning team again, we're gonna be flying. We're gonna be rocking it. Hola, Greco. Castle Flag, Wemby. That they got to be in the. As we did there. Castle Flag and Wemby. Nice, Andrew. Hopefully this setup is okay. I'm just going to re-announce it. I took off the players on the court because ESPN runs a lot of ads on their webpage. And I've noticed performance issues occasionally with the streams. You guys have certainly seen it too. I was like, you know what? That one webpage is taking up bandwidth, it's taking up memory, and half the time it's not working, or I got to refresh it, or I don't even notice it's there. I was like, you know what? Let's clean up the OBS stream, and I'm sure I'll work on something different for the off season. You guys know I like to change things up. We'll try something. Tax Brazilian Ghost, what's going on? Harrison Barnes, yes, and Julian Champagny. Who do I want? Who do I want winning the West this year? No, not the Lakers. Definitely not the Lakers, Daniel. If you're a Lakers fan, I thank you for being here, but all due respect, I don't like the super team thing they've done with LeBron the last few years. And they've got a million. If somebody's going to win in the West, somebody that hasn't done it before. How about the Thunder get it now before the Spurs become the best team in the Western Conference? I think the Thunder would be cool. Spurs won the jump ball. By the way, the players are on the court. And away we go. And by the way, I still don't like these Raptors uniforms. Their numbers are kind of hard to read, and I don't know a lot of the guys on the Raptors today. They are running with their second and third stringers. I was hoping we'd see Jakob Poeltl, but he missed the last game and he missed this game, which really sucks. Drilling only if he's willing to come off the bench. That's it. Eric, I agree. I agree 100%. Greg Popovich, I think a decision needs to be very soon. Yes, Pop has earned the right to come back or not come back, but you don't want to hold up the organization from moving on if they need to do so. And there's coaches out there recently that we've talked about on the channel that have lost their jobs and are available that the Spurs could bring in if they, have a clear idea what's going on in the situation. That being said, they might already know, and they're not announcing it during the regular season. They don't want to be a distraction. Maybe they know Pop's not coming back and don't want to put that out there yet. Or they know he is coming back and don't want to put that out there. Jameson battle for three, good. Opinion Sports, so that would be a disaster if Jokic went to the Lakers. Jokic and Luka, that would almost feel unfair. Barnes for three, total brick, and that's about the same area he hit the game winner against the Warriors. That's crazy that he just bricked that one. Now leap down the other end is no good for the Raptors. It's Spurs ball. Castle bring up. Let's get Steph a big game today. That Rookie of the Year still on the line. Versace's played well at the end of the season. You never know how people are going to vote. Castle with a turnover as soon as I was talking about him playing well in a fast break dunk for the Toronto Raptors. Scotty Barnes for 2. Mike Malone is definitely a name I've heard a lot of people want to come here. And yes, Arno, Barnes has got the second active longest streak in the NBA right now, I believe. Champagne for 3. All right, all tied up. Yes, actually, I don't know, Grico. I'm not 100% sold he's going to coach. At his age, coming off a stroke, that's serious. Castle thinks about the 3. Stead's going to drive, gets into the paint, contact, shot, no good. Going on the line for 2. Stevens a yes. And yes, it sounds a little crass saying that, but absolutely the number one thing actually is Pop's health. I do believe 100% he'll be back in a front office capacity, but a head coaching capacity, no idea. Champagne 3. Marmalade, I've never said that. That's a good way of putting it. And no, he doesn't road trip. Spurs up 6-5. I feel, this is why everybody thinks I'm short. I look short right now, don't I? With the camera, I mean, I look short normally, but I look even shorter with the camera set up like this. For whatever reason, I'm not zoomed in, but if it when I adjusted the screen, it feels like I am zoomed in. I'm not zoomed in. The scoreboard is covering up the top of the screen. That's what it is. TSR, get with it. Happy weekend, Wilson. Wilson! Sorry, I had to do it. I mean, I didn't have to do it, but I chose to do it. Shed misses, and Harrison Barnes with the rebound. Spurs up 7-5 with 9:45 to go. I look tall I think Miss TSR is like 4'1". I know she's watching. She's 5'2", which is just a little below average, but I'm 6'4", and 6'4" next to 5'2" looks like Wemby next to Chris Paul. Castle going to drive in the paint. Finds Biombo. Biombo, damn it, Bismarck! He's missing all those little jumpers at the rim whenever Steph dishes it to him. Battle for 3, good. Okay, Jamison Battle, we're going to make him look like a Hall of Famer today. Selena, I'm pretty sure is shorter than me, though. Castle's pass is going to deflect it out of bounds. It's going to be Spurs ball. Tell me, what's going on up here? What's on this? All right, that's not look weird. Never mind. That 8 is just looking a little funky. All right, I don't know. Maybe I'll adjust the scoreboard. Not if I like these numbers. That's a fact. You do not get an assist if the guy you pass it to does not score. I'm going to fix the scoreboard. I don't like the way these numbers look. Biombo with the ball, drives in the paint, misses a hook shot. They just said former team. Did Bismarck play for the Raptors at one point? I know he's played for a lot of teams. Now my scoreboard's not even running. I'm having problems with the scoreboard now. Don't mind me. End of the year problems. There we go. There's Harrison Barnes. Dropping a 3. We're all tied up at 12. Sorry, having some issues. Welcome back, AJ. All right, maybe I'll work on that during a timeout. Battle for 3, no good. So Jamison Battle really trying to go up on us. Castle pull up from the elbow. It's no good. He was hot from around that area the other night until Mitch pulled him out, and then he went ice cold. Scotty Barnes in the paint. Up off the glass. Good. 14-12. We should win this game. Yeah, Albert, my scoreboards are ready for vacation. And there's Harrison Barnes for 3. Time out, Raptors. All right, I'm going to fix this scoreboard now. All right, I think I want to change the numbers. I want a little more numbers that are a little more solid. Ooh. Yeah. I just want it to be easier to read. I think this is going to work. All right. This might reset the scoreboard, so I will 14 to 15, 724. 14, 15, 724. Let's see how this looks. That didn't do anything. Did I not? Hmm. I think I copied and pasted the wrong scoreboard. Boy, I feel like a noob right now. All right, there we go. Copy the link. I'll say it's much easier not having that players on the court up because that was another screen that was blocking my vision. 14, 15, 724. All right, select all this, delete that. This scoreboard look a little better. I feel like there's something blocking. Yeah, there's something blocking the number right there. What's going on? It's on my scoreboard. Oh, the Q1. Oh, I was like, what's in there? The quarter's in there. I moved things around. I didn't move the quarter. I couldn't. There was something blocking the zero, and it was the quarter, which, well, that's what I forgot to move. Alrighty. So the numbers weren't the issue. I don't know. Do you guys like these numbers better? Are they easier to read? Do you have a preference? I don't actually care. I'm sure somebody cares. Yodi. Oh my gosh, Yodi. We did not do a good luck boop, Yodi. Oh my gosh, TSR slacking in the last game of the year. I forgot the good luck boops. Yeah, yeah, Andy, I couldn't figure out what's going on. I'm like, the number's covered up. What is it? And then it hit me the quarter wasn't moved. Such a noob. Andy, I pulled the lineup down because it was causing technical issues. It was another web page. Yodi! Bigger Yodi. It was having another web page up running. I noticed was occasionally causing some lag and some issues with OBS. And I was like, you know what? Performance is more important to me than additional thing on the screen. So let me test that out today, see if it makes a difference. It's making it easier for me because there's not another web page up that I have to funnel through to move around. They should have gone with the regular season courts. Oh my gosh, and I have an announcement about Yodis. So, a couple things I want to go over. First off, I felt horrible today. I found out one of the viewers that won an item. I sent the wrong item. He's not in the stream right now. He said he didn't want to say anything. It was gracious of me to do it to send him anything in the first place. Well, he's getting the right item. I sent him a Kelvin Johnson by mistake instead of a baby Wemby. I'm gonna send him a baby Wemby as well. That's who I am. That's it. The gift was for his son, so I have to do it. Actually, you might be in the chat. I don't remember your channel name. You might be in the chat. If you're listening, I'm going to order you a baby Wemby. That being said, baby Yodis appeared to be out of stock. At least this Yodi on Amazon. When I clicked on him, it didn't go to his page. It brought me to a different page. As in, like, the page doesn't exist anymore for Yodi. I wonder if they sold out or if we bought them. So, for those of you that got Yodis, that might be it for Yodi. Castle with the layup attempt on the fast break after a Raptors turnover is no good. On to be a road trip. Mark, thank you very much. Game number 82. I felt, seriously, guys, I felt like crap when I went into my Amazon Prime and I happened to look. I'm like, wait, it says Calvin Johnson because the Calvin Johnson plushie looks very close to Wemby. They both have mustaches. Castle, there we go, makes it up with a slam. The hair is only slightly different, and I might have been doing it during work and during a break or whatever. Whatever I was doing, I'm sure I was distracted and I clicked on the wrong Spurs plushie, and he's gonna get a Wemby too. So I got to do it. I can't. I would not feel right if I didn't make it right. Or that's on no. Well, now I make crap. That channel's called I Make Crap. The playlist I Like Crap is still there, and I am still having a lot of fun over there. I've started doing shorts on the channel on a more regular basis. as I'm going through some old toys I had, and some of you have seen them and commented on them. I'm like, why don't I just put up these random shorts of stuff? I mean, I can literally put anything on that channel, and I don't care. And what I mean by that is like it's just for fun. Over here, I got to keep it sports related and keep it sports related. I don't want to go off, do anything that's non-sports on the channel. Jamison battle for another three. Oh my God, who is this dude? Timeout, Mitch Johnson. Thank you, Olivas. Carlo Maurice. Yes, full season, all 82. I think I saw Wemby there wearing some sort of jumpsuit. I believe Wemby's at the game. Rico, I could go for some chips and salsa. I seriously could. It feels weird seeing so little above me. What happens when I take this away? I think this makes that makes it hard to see. I used to have the scoreboard down here and I was up above it. I don't want to do that. That's really hard to see. I'll figure something out. Webby is back. Nice. Dorling, because you asked. Sure enough. Oh, geez, all those are different now. I just realized all those are going to be kind of tiny. Let's see where everything is. All right, that's full screen. Well, let's make this bigger. Of justice. I mean, I'm going through all of them. All right. You're getting all the vids right now, guys. Oh, Chuck, I need you back. Chuck, I'm trying to move you. Sorry, I can't see what I'm doing if... Okay, how am I going to do that? Alright, that smash a thumbs up one just doesn't quite fit. Let's edit transform. We'll center that. Center horizontally. So it should now be in the middle of the screen at least. Ish. Alright, sorry, you're gonna get more quiet laugh. Whoops, one more time. Alright, there it is. I know, I gotta figure something out with the jerseys. Oh, you checked with the bondsman. Nice, HM Sports. Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed the show. 8 episodes, each a half hour. Really violent. Kevin Bacon. That's stuff. Oh, it's the Raptors. Nice. TSR is so washed up. Just let some dude with a mustache come in and punch the stream. Orgathon, that's Chuck Norris. The Dunk of Justice audio. I don't remember what's playing on that. That might be my music. I think it's my music. Any music you guys hear on the channel during live streams, Kelvin Johnson with the runner is actually my music that I've created. If you guys didn't know, I'm a musician, and there's a TSR Sports music playlist. Jameson Battle. Oh my God! Jameson Battle's going off for us. It is my music. Okay, thank you, Air 51. Yeah, but to avoid copyright, I play my music that I've personally created on those little clips there. You want to see the game again? Okay. Sucker! Lakers ball, and now a foul down the other end. We got Kelvin, Mamu, HB, Julian Champagny, and CP3 in the house. I thought I just said that. Yeah, he does look good. No? Two free throws coming up for Toronto. I can't believe Toronto's beating us. They're missing like half their team. what can I do? I mean, I could push the camera further back, although when TS Bear's here, that would be a problem. I was like, I could put a tripod behind me, the camera would be further back. I'll have to figure something out. Uh, women's hair is fine. Second free throw is no good. Raptors up 21 to 19. This isn't a must win for the Spurs, but it feels like a must win. They're at home, last game of the year. Win this game. Blake Wesley's fouled. He just checked in for San Antonio. As did Malachi Branham. Oh, Wendy's hair is wow. That's different. But hey, whatever. Master Ian Go Spurs go to you. Anything for Selena? You know, Selena should just take up the whole screen, shouldn't she? Nobody wants to see my face. And now another whistle. This is against San Antonio. There we go. Let's put Selena. There we go. Just put him right in front of me. That's better, right? There you go. Selena Gomez calling the game. 21-19. Spurs coming out a little sleepy at home. There's a drive and a block by Keldon Johnson. Keldon slinging a little bit of D. Keldon down the other end with the jumper, no good. Fouled, going to the line for two. X Factor, what's going in? On? What's going in, too? I don't know. I'm wondering, we're talking about Wemby's hair. What if he had his hair in a pineapple? How freaking tall would he look? I mean, he's already a giant, but if you add another, I don't know, what's the pineapple at? About another 7 or 8 inches to your height? He'd be close to 8 feet. He look like he's 8 feet tall. Keldon misses the first free throw. Stingray X Factor, yes. So the plan, I finally figured that out, thanks to you guys and a little Google action. 7 and 8 will play. The winner of 8 and 9 will play. Yeah, 7 and 8 will play. And the winner of 7-8 is automatically the seventh seed. 9 and 10 play. Then the winner of 9 and 10 play the loser of 7 and 8, and then they're the eighth seed. So the Hawks do have to lose twice. I believe they're the eighth seed. The Orlando Magic. Jamison Battle just hit another freaking three. Who is this dude? He's got 15 points. Calvin Paint, layup good. Dude, Jamison Battle, is this guy usually good? He just took another three. What the? Carlos Eyeball Jeter. Thank you for stopping in, Spurs fan. Dude, Jamison Battle has gone off for 18 points in the first quarter. He's on pace for 72. He ain't going to keep that pace, or maybe he will. The Heat and the Bulls are doing good. I mean, Atlanta does have to lose twice, though. They have to lose Tuesday night. They have to lose, I believe, the other game is Thursday night. My plan is to call both. I don't like rooting against the team, generally speaking, but in this case, I have no problem with that because then they become a lottery pick. I don't know what number they become in the lottery if they lose both games, but it's a lottery pick. No, Toronto's not playing for anything, Robert. Although apparently this Jamison Battle guy is playing for a contract. Absolutely available. Stingray, yes, I'm available. And those will be the last games TSR calls for last games we do on the channel for some time. It's until Summer League, depending on who the Spurs draft. I was looking up Jamison Battle. I want to see how this dude's been playing this year. I don't even know if I've even heard of him. Jamison Battle. He's a rookie. Dude's a rookie. All right. He's played in 58 games this year, starting 9. That is now 59 and 10. Shooting splits of 43, 40, 89, averaging 6.8 points a game. Well, he's got 18 so far against us. He's absolutely going nuts today. I just closed YouTube down, which means I lost my chat. Oh gosh, Jordan McLaughlin's checked in. Malachi Branham into the paint. Layup good. Malachi Branham's getting a lot of playing time lately. Let me pull up YouTube Studio again. My apologies, I can't see the chat at the moment. Danny Green holds the most records for threes and a quarter by a Raptor. I don't know how close this dude is, but he's got to be getting on it, getting in close to it. There's a miss for Toronto. Spurs get it up the court quick. Malachi Branham's going to start to drive, gets in the paint, layup. Good. Yes, Carlos. Oh, we have a huge collision. Garrett Temple holding his left knee. Malachi Branham also a little shaken up. Oh, Malachi fell on his leg. Malachi hit the layup, bounced into battle. It fell backwards and landed on Garrett Temple's knee. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not what you want to see at the end of the season. Yeah, Garrett Temple still plays, and he is not okay. He's on his 12th NBA team. He is up. It looks like his knee at the very least got hyperextended. Man, that would suck to get hurt in the last game of the year. Why am I calling the Hawks games, Carlos? If the Hawks lose, the Spurs, that pick, oh, he's getting carried out. Oh, they're helping him off the court to the locker room. Oh, that sucks. I hope that's not a torn ACL or MCL. Bonjour. So, the Spurs own the Atlanta Hawks unprotected first round pick. If the Hawks make it into the playoffs, that pick will be like number 15 or 16. And if the Hawks lose both playing games, it becomes a lottery pick, which means we have another chance at a top 4 pick or Cooper Flag, of course. That did look bad. After the game, that sucks. Hope he'll be okay. Jonathan Mogbo with 3. Last game of the year. So what happened was, we'll get the plushies. Malachi hits the layup, and he bounces into the guy that's in front of him and falls right on Garrett Temple's knee or leg, bending his knee, the wrong, bending it the way it doesn't like to get bent. It's 32-26, by the way. Whoops. Yo, you go right here. Hey, Luke, you're welcome. I can't believe we did all 82 this year. First time in the channel's history. Champagne, Barnes, CP3, and myself, all part of the 82 club for the Spurs. Blake Wesley's going to take a 3. You're going to miss that 3. Long rebound falls into Castle's hands. Steph out to McLaughlin. He's going to take a 3. In and out. Couch contingent explaining basketball. Love from Vancouver. All right, Danny. 2 top 10 picks would be amazing. Yes. If both our picks moved up in the top 4. Castle with a beautiful pass to McLaughlin, who gets a layup in the paint. Castle has shown some really nice passes these last few weeks as he's taken more of the on-ball guard duties. There's another 3-point attempt that is no good by Jonathan Mogba. Spurs ball. Malachi with the ball. Spurs down 32-28. Castle's going to drive in the paint. Runner no good. Foul going to the line for 2, and we'll get my clock fixed. I don't think Katie's joining the Spurs. Romy, I seriously doubt that. Stingray X Factor, I think she's going to try, but it's going to depend on work. I'm feature. It's not entirely his fault, but I look at the 2 franchises he's been on recently, the Phoenix Suns and the Brooklyn Nets, and it's gone bad. It's gone especially bad in Phoenix. Just his age and how much money he's making and what we'd have to give up. Castle's rookie ranks: points per game 1, assists per game 3rd, steals per game 3rd, free throw attempts per game 1, minutes a game 5th. Miss TSR's texting me. I think she might try to make it. 32-30. 40 seconds to go. Make the plan, it is. Carl, it would, but is the juice worth the squeeze? Colin Castleton jumper no good. I've said this before in the stream. KD is a win now move. and we're not a win now team. We can agree on that, right? We're probably a couple years away. Um, but we're definitely not win next year. And that's that Kevin Durant. Blake was it? Why do we always turn the ball over at the end of the quarter? Blake was with the turnover fast break for the Raptors. Layup good. Come on, guys. Cass with the ball into the paint. Euro step runner. Good. That's more like it. Let's let Steph handle the ball, not Blake. AJ Lawson with a prayer three, and he gets fouled by Jordan McLaughlin at the end of the quarter. You bonehead. Less sports critic. Amir, my man. The sports critic is an Orlando Magic fan. We need you to win Tuesday. I want you to win Tuesday. You want me on that wall. You want me on that wall. Amir, that'll be the first non-Spurs game I call this season. I'm calling that game because we're going to be hate watching that. It's Spurs fans hoping Atlanta loses, so we're going to be cheering very loudly for your Orlando Magic on Tuesday. First free throw is good. Second free throw is also good. One more free throw coming up. Winning or no, winning or losing today does not affect our lottery odds. But I want the Spurs to win their last game of the season, and it's a home game. Get win number 34. Coyote, he just fell. Coyote. That is the Dixon way. I'm sure he's calling that game as well. Let's go. I hate the Hawks. Yeah. Well, we'll do a raid. I've already planned it Tuesday night. I want to do a raid for both the respective channels we're mentioning. The Sports Critic, we definitely need to raid him and do some like Orlando Magics, and then Larry will be calling the game over at the Dixon Way. Definitely need to be doing some, let's go Magic over to him too. So Yodi was on the court. Steph threw a full court three. So Yodi was going for the loose ball, and he kind of did this. No, no, we're limited from the play-in, Romy. I'm calling the game because I wanted to call all 82 games this season, and we did it. This is game number 82 for TSR Sports, and we got it. That wasn't a. I know the Spurs have never fouled ever. Arnold, hey, Versace can have a huge game Tuesday. I'm all in on that. Just I hope Atlanta loses. Teams I hate with a fiery passion: the Hawks, OKC, and Rockets. Okay. One thing about KD is he's old and an expiring contract, and he is. I saw some mock trades for him, Stingray. Watch Gem Extreme, what's up? We would have to give up Devin and Kelvin, which a lot of fans would be fine with that. That is what it is. 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick, I believe. And I was like, 2 players and 4 picks, including 3 first-rounders. And I think one of them was our 2025 Atlanta Hawks pick. I was like, I really like Rasheer Fleming at 16 or 15 or whatever. His draft position seems really. I don't know where he's going to get drafted if he's going to be available there. I see some mock drafts and some NBA analysis saying he's kind of a top 15 player, so he might be gone by the time it gets to our second first round pick. Then I've seen other analysis have him at the back end of the first round. ESPN just had him mocked at pick 30. Not that I trust what ESPN says, but I'm just putting that out there. I agree, Air 51. I don't hate any teams, but there are many players I despise with the catch of a million subs. Okay. I talked about that earlier. Bradley Beal, no. No, 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 no. Like Bohemian Rhapsody. No, 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 no. Bradley Beal, let him go. The Phoenix Suns are rebounding their team for rebound. Whatever. I don't know who Jamison Battle is. No, we would never trade that much for Katie. I agree, Rico. No, we will not. Monster Jam Extreme. So our odds, I believe, are 6% to get Cooper Flag. So you're saying there's a chance. Mobo had an open pass to the basket and he blew the dunk. Wow. He'll be out shacking a fool. Wow, Spurs getting the ball all around the court, and Harrison Barnes misses the 3. Nice ball movement there. And a fast break for Shed on the other end. We're down by 7. Come on, guys. Sports critic, Amir. If the Spurs get Cooper Flag, Blake Wesley for 3, no good. Harrison Barnes at the rebound. That's a dynasty for us. I truly believe we would be one of, if not the best Western Conference teams over the next decade. Victor Wembanyama, who's already a unicorn in himself. Stephon Castle looks legit. Cooper Flag plus De'Aaron Fox. Castle long 3, no good. Yes. Oh, streaming lottery and draft night? Absolutely. I feature. Yes, 100 million%. May 12th is the lottery results. The NBA draft is near the end of June. Yes, Scotty Barnes dropped to 2, and the Spurs are down almost double digits. The Raptors are missing more guys than we are. There's no excuse for this. This is a home game. San Antonio should be winning this game. I'm sorry. Blake Wesley, almost another turnover. It is another turnover. Barnes with the layup in transition. This is the final game of the year. Come on, guys. You're in front of your home, in front of the San Antonio crowd. Let's go. What's happening here? Money does need to stay healthy. 100 million%. I will take Devin Booker over Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal at this point. They all make similar money. I would take, yeah, I'll take Devin. Don't think Suns want to lose in a trade. No, they don't. They did, and the Suns have no first round picks. There was a stat they don't control any of their first round picks until like 2032. So they're going to want a lot of picks from whoever they trade with. Capture the flag, Justin. I'm all in on that. What's up, Carol? Thank you for stopping in. Don't know about Pop and Larry Markkinen. I don't know if I trust his health. I know the Jazz have clearly tanked a lot this year, but he's also missed a ton of time in his career. Danny Ainge is going to want a whole lot for him because that's what he's doing over there in Utah. I, I think we'd have to give up too much for him too. Here's what I see happening. We had Cooper Flag first overall. Drafter Sheer Fleming as well. Now we got some bigs on the team. We also signed Miles Turner, and then we win a championship next year. No? Okay. Barnes misses the jumper. Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with Toronto. 14 on the shot clock. We'll plant the flag in San Antonio. Give us Vince. Yes, please do hit the like. And Darth Jader, I hate these afternoon games too. It totally throws off my schedule. Barnes with an in-and-out burger. Another offensive rebound for Toronto. The follow-up 3 by Shed. How many times have we seen a team get an offensive rebound that converts to a three-point? That pop graphic seems like it's not totally centered. It's messing me in. Pop, where are you? That seems more. I don't know. My eyeball's saying that's centered. Mamu with the 2. 46-36. It says quarter 1 because I did not change the quarter, Amir. I did say these afternoon games throw me off. Thank you. I moved my scoreboard around. I used to have the players on the court over here to the right, but I was getting some random performance issues because there was another web page open. I have 3 web pages open when I stream. I have this scoreboard here, which doesn't take up a lot of memory. The YouTube streaming page, which of course you're aware of. Calling it for 3. Oh, that was ugly. But then ESPN has a lot of ads that pop up and this, that, and the other videos. And I think that was causing Jameson Battle for 3. Nope. He had 18 points in the first quarter. And when we started the stream, the quarter thing was over here, and I didn't realize it. It was covering a part of the score. Castle long 3. If this kid can get his 3-point shot down, oh my God. Garrett Temple won't return. So yeah, if you guys aren't aware, Garrett Temple, Malachi Branham, I think it was Branham, fell on his leg. It was incidental. It was nothing intentional. Wasn't even a foul. Malachi bumped into to Battle, I believe. Mamu flies in the paint, throws it down. There we go. Time out, Toronto. Thunder, 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 dunk of justice. Anyway, so Garrett Temple hyperextended his knee. I hope it's not an ACL or MCL tear. I'm pretty darn sure he's over 30. It didn't look good, and in the last game of the year. You need a cool picture of the Alamo looking like a castle with flags and I mean, I got this. Uh, Does that kind of work? It's no, maybe. Markin just played 50, 60 plus games in three. Oh, Markin has played 60 plus games in 3 out of 8 seasons in the league. Oh, yeah, yeah, it's still not a lot. I mean, how many games has he played this year? Like 50? We need the Hawks to lose both their playing games to have a chance at 1 and 2. I seriously doubt we get the first and second pick. People would be saying rigged left and right, but I'd be happy with one top four pick. I'd rather have a bully at center and let Wemby play power forward. Now that didn't work Wemby's rookie year. However, one thing we have to remember is when that didn't work, Wemby at the four. We had Jeremy Sohan running point and Zach Collins at center. That's not a winning formula, and it wasn't last season. So I know a lot of people say TSR Wemby didn't work at the four. Look what was also happening on the team. Just putting that out there. What's up, B-ball fanatic? Thanks for stopping in. Yes, absolutely doing the draft lottery. Absolutely. 100 million%. One day I hope you meet Victor Wembanyama so you can take a pic. Well, David, I'd like to meet some Spurs. I've met only one in my life, and that's Sean Elliott. It was awesome to meet Sean. I kind of prepped them up as he was walking towards me, and I said, "Here he comes, the man with the greatest shot in San Antonio Spurs history." And he said, "Ah, stop it." And I was like, "Yeah." For me, it was the Memorial Day Miracle, and the story that also follows that playoff run. It makes it even more special. It was really cool to meet Sean. Got a picture, got an autograph, and I'll always cherish that and remember that. But it would mean a lot. I would love to meet David Robinson. You guys, if you don't know, that's my favorite athlete of all time. He's not getting any younger. He's not old, but he's in his 60s now, and it would mean the world to me if I got to meet him. I don't even need an autograph or a picture just to meet him. And when I was in Texas, both Spurs games, the home games I went to, he was not there, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little broken hearted about that. No, we can't have three non-shooters on the lineup. I agree. Castle, right now, our starting lineup would be Castle, Fox, and both of them are not good three-point shooters. If Sohan's in the starting lineup next season, that would be three not good three-point shooters, which in today's NBA just not going to work. Oh, Toronto just hit a two. I'm sorry. Back from the timeout. Let me pay attention here. Champagne with the ball over to Stephon Castle. Steph over to Champagne. The catch and shoot three. That was a miss. Only 90s 2000s per time at his day. Wow. Okay. Sean is awesome. And yeah, he was really nice. He was really cool. You even asked about the channel. Obaji for three. Is this really happening? Like, I don't ask for much, but can we end the season with a win? Castle in the paint gets fouled. This is the first time in this team, in the channel's history that we've called all 82 games. I'd like to end it with a win. You met George Gervin? Nice. You met Bruce Bowen at Crackle Bear? I would feel weird meeting a player at a restaurant. I don't think I would approach them. I would just be like, "Holy moly, it's blah blah blah," and I would leave it at that. I did see Tim Duncan. He was 3 feet away from me at the arena getting a piece of cake. I didn't actually interact with him, so I don't count it as meeting him. Some say, no, that counts. I'm like, doesn't count. You didn't even see me. Besides cake. Castle's out there trying. That's one thing I do like about Steph is, if he's struggling, it always seems like he's got a little of that mama mentality where he's still going to give it his all. Made them both. I think he's got what 7 points today. 7 points, couple of assists. Tim has a sweet tooth. Okay. Hey, Carl. Meeting DeMar DeRozan. That's awesome. It's not a bad thing. Tony Castle finishing up the year with a triple double would be awesome. He's missed twice by just one. He missed by 1 assist one night and 1 rebound the other night. There's a tough shot in the paint. Couldn't see who shot that for Toronto. Castle bring the ball up, spins around out of control, turns the ball over. 55-43. Obagi for three, no good. CP3 with the rebound, gets it up to Champagny. And almost another, that's another turnover. Obagi with the layup in the paint after the turnover. We're down 14, biggest lead of the game. Castle's 13, does it? You might just turn on your TV. Mama with the ball out to Chris Paul. I can't believe we're losing by 14 at home. I know this game doesn't mean anything, but you're in front of your home fans. Keldon with the miss in the paint, didn't get the call you wanted it. Like seriously, like this isn't a must win, but for me it feels like a must win, if it makes sense. Like, come on, you're at home, the last game of the year. Go out with a win, but give the home crowd something. Give guys something. Give them something. We'll get a win. We'll get a win. There's another miss. Castle with the rebound. Sloppy like a Joe. Yes. Drawling Chung, that's what made me a Spurs fan, but you probably already knew that. Castle in the paint is going to get fouled. You got to go to Demon's church where he has a. Listen, I would feel really weird going to his church because then my motivation to go there would just be to meet him, and I wouldn't feel right. I was at Circuit City in San Antonio. Tim Duncan was in there. I remember I used to work at Circuit City way, 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 way back in the day, like 23 years ago. They are out of business and have been out of business for a long time. Champagny with the ball for the Spurs, 10 on the shot clock, gets it over to Kelman. Kelman to Champagny in the paint. Back to Mamu. And another foul on Toronto. We will make the playoffs next season. We will. Guaranteed. It's Chuck Norris. Not Chuck Norris. Charles Barkley. Wow. It was a long week last week, guys. Spurs ball. Mamu bats his man up to the post, kicks it out to Champagny, open for three. Nope. This is rough. Not what I expected this afternoon at all. Scotty Barnes with the ball for Toronto. Drops it off. Back to Scotty. In the paint on Mamu. Turnaround Jay. Let's get buddy. I'm wondering myself. Like, come on. Mamu with a beautiful move in the paint. Blows by everybody and gets the layup. Timeout Toronto, but we're now 59-45. We can't, no, we can't end it like this. Mr. Ohio player, thank you for stopping in. Like, come on, man. Last game of the year. Let's get some Chuck Norris action. Massa with the most free throw attempts by a Spurs guard since Ginobili in 2011. I did not see that, Arno. Thank you. Wow. A lot of free throws. I feel so weird. Like I'm bigger on the screen, but it feels weird. I feel like I should be smushed. I don't know what to put. Can't put my camera any farther away. I can, but I don't know. Figure something out in the offseason. I hope so. A strong second half. I have not watched any recent Darren Fox interviews. Well, was he talking about like his rehab or expectations for next season? My expectation is playoffs. Anything less is honestly going to be a disappointment. Anything less, yeah. If they make the play-in and then lose the play-in, I won't like it, but at least I'll feel like that's a massive step in the right direction. But if they only make the play-in, then I would be incredibly disappointed. Who are your favorites to coach team next season? It sounds like Pop's coming back, HM Sports. So right now, Greg Popovich seems to be the favorite. With Mike Malone getting recently fired, I've heard he's tough on his players, but that's Pop or was Pop. I assume it is Pop, and still to some degree. Mitch Johnson's not my favorite to coach next year. This is a tough game, George. It is. And we're not playing any defense today. We're down by 14 to a team that is missing most of their starters tonight. We're missing players too. I'm not naive to that. Wemby's out, Fox is out, Evan's out. I think that's it. Jeremy Simon's out. Spurs will make 100%. Yes, I do feel confident Carl with that as well. What's with Jeremy Sohan? I'm starting to get a little worried about him and his injury history. Am I the only one, or he's been dinged up a lot? And I don't know. I'm a little concerned. I'm a lot concerned with Jeremy Sohan's health moving forward. I mean, if you can't stay healthy, you're not helping the team at all. Spurs pick probabilities. First pick 6%, second pick 6.3%, third pick 6.7%, fourth pick 7.2%. They apparently can't get fifth, sixth, or seventh. Eighth pick 34%, ninth pick 32%, tenth pick 6%. The other two are under 1%. Putting out there. Just set out a lot. Top isn't coming back. Unless you could be right. I do think he's coming back to the front office. I do very much question whether he's coming back as a coach. Spurs ball down by 14. HB loses the ball, but he's going to get fouled. And next foul, I think, puts the Spurs in the bonus. His back has been pretty funky, Cole Medina. Chris Paul will be the Spurs' next coach. Some people have said that. He'd be a very young coach. Yeah, Jorling, I started calling Spurs games the last time we are in the playoffs. I called the last two losses against the Denver Nuggets in that playoff series. The last one we were in. And it's been a little rough since then. Wemby, Stone, Castle, Fox, and first round pick. Especially if we have a top 4 pick. And especially if we have the first overall pick. I'd be shocked if we're not a playoff team. 59:47, 4 minutes ago. No, it's not April Fool's, David. Actually, people have said Chris Paul, next Spurs coach. That's why I took you seriously when you said that. A lot of folks want him as our coach. Jamison Battle pull-up jumper, and he's having a career game, I assume. He's got 20 points. He's a rookie. I don't know what his career high is. Probably pretty darn close to it if he hasn't passed it already. Keldon with the bar right now for San Antonio. 61-47. Drops it off to CP3. 7 on the shot clock. We find Blake Wesley back to HB. HB going to drive in the paint. Out to Paul. He's going to have to fire off a 3 with the shot clock expiring. Misses the shot. Naz Reid, I wouldn't mind him on the team. Would be cool to get Cooper here after him missing that last. Oh, ouch. Foul on the Spurs. No, CP3 can't jump the head coach. I can't see that happening. An assistant? An assistant wouldn't be the worst thing. Make it better. Yeah, it's been well. The journey started in July for this season. I called the summer league games. I want to say there was 6 or 7 on them. 7. There were 7 summer league games, I think, and then we called the 6 preseason games. So yeah, it's been a long, long journey. Battle pull up jumper bounces around, finally rolls off the rim. Spurs ball. Can we get it? Can we get a run at the end here? I don't think it's not too whiny, wanting us to play better, but damn, it's a final game at home. Show me something. There is plenty of time, yes. Scotty Barnes will turn the ball over. Spurs ball. Like, just get it to like 6-ish at the half. CP3 from the free throw line misses the shot. I just heard Chris Paul has not scored yet. And now foul on the Spurs. 2 free throws coming up. AJ Lawson going to the line for 2. Wemby rocking a Paris jersey? I didn't catch that. How many non-Spurs games have you watched in total this season? Total game? Not counting UConn, Mick? 0? I watched a couple minutes of the Lakers game where Luka Doncic made his debut and saw his first bucket as a Laker. I think it was a 3-pointer. I saw Bronny take the court with LeBron, but I did not watch the complete games. Oh, wait. I watched the All-Star game. I did watch the All-Star game. That's the only complete game I watched. I did watch the All-Star game. Which the new format's already gone. Made them both. They brought the new format in. They're already done with it. The Hawks are in the play-in, Carlos, 100%. They're playing Tuesday versus the Orlando Magic, where we'll be live hate watching Orlando. Champagne for 3. Thank you. Miss TSR may be here Tuesday night. Don't know yet. Jesse, yes, they do. 100 million%. Scotty Barnes drives in the paint, gets blocked. Foul. It would be Marmalade, but if they beat the Magic, then that automatically is not a lottery pick. That's the key with Atlanta. If Atlanta loses both their playing games, which it's going to be a tall task, but if they lose both their playing games, their pick becomes a lottery pick instead of being outside the top 14. Good afternoon, James. Yes, NBA TNT is done after the season. It's moving to NBC. NBA on NBC. Man, it's a little cold in my house. Chris Paul is not scoring. So, Carlos, the Atlanta Hawks are in the play-in. Castle in the paint, runner no good, air ball. The Spurs own the Atlanta Hawks first round pick in the upcoming NBA draft. There's a dunk for Scotty Barnes. If the Hawks lose both their playing games, then that pick goes from being a non-lottery pick to a lottery pick, which means the Spurs would have another chance to get a top 4 pick. That's all. That's why we want the Atlanta Hawks to lose. Doesn't affect this game at all. Blake Wesley flies by everybody, throws it down. Nice, Blake. NBA and NBC, I know, feels like old times. You wish it was cold here, Saul? Nah, I hate cold weather. Todd Knippel's going up now in the draft. Is he Fawn Swine? But it seems like that's the guy that everybody has the Spurs taking at 8. Scotty Barnes for 3. They dropped 70 on us already. I'm gonna be a Magic fan on Tuesday, Carl. I'm actually in shock right now. Castle in the paint, gets by everybody, layup good. Down 16 to Toronto. Castle at 15, 4 and 3. Has an outside shot at a triple double. Scotty Barnes turnaround Jay. Jeez, Scotty Barnes came to play today. What up, Levi and friends? The Eastern play-in is Atlanta and Orlando on Tuesday. We will be calling that game. It looks like it's on TNT, 7 or 7:30, I think. And yes, go Magic. Chris Paul jumper, no good. He's missed all his shots. We're down 8. I just realized we're down 18. Like, I know we're down 18, but I'm in shock right now. Okay, Odian. Scotty Barnes with a pull-up J. We're down 20 at home. We're down 20 at home. Like Weather's going to fly in the paint, kicks it out to HB. HB for 3 at the buzzer. But we have nothing to tank for. We can't move up in the lottery. We are where we are now. It's 8. I mean, we can move up in the lottery via the ping pong balls, but losing this game doesn't do anything. You should be wanting to win in front of the home crowd. Like, come on. Yeah, you gotta be go Magic, Carlos. Gotta go Magic Tuesday. I think we want Chicago to beat Miami. That way, when Orlando beats Atlanta, Chicago will probably have a better chance over Miami to beat Atlanta. I don't know. I haven't followed Miami or Chicago enough. Miami had that 9-game losing streak. It's played better at the end of the season. Chicago, and if Chicago plays, is Trey Jones back? Because if Chicago plays Atlanta, then we can root for Zach Collins and Trey Jones, our old buddies. Wow, that was the first half. I don't know what to say. I guess we'll pull up the stats. In the playoffs in general, Mick, nobody. I'll root for whoever Atlanta's playing against in the play-in until they're eliminated or move on. Otherwise, in the actual playoffs, whatever. The Spurs aren't in it, so I'm neutral. Zach and Trey, the irony. I'm actually going to pull up and see if Trey Jones is playing again. And then we'll get to the halftime stats because I know he had an ankle injury. Again, he had one already this year. Yeah, he had one with us. The start of the season, he had an ankle injury. Is Trey Jones back with Atlanta or is he still out? Oh, Atlanta, Chicago, excuse me. No, Trey Jones is not back. He hasn't played since March 20th. He was playing good for Chicago, guys. He might. I wonder if he's out indefinitely. He was playing so good for Chicago. He was starting games. He was getting double-digit points as a start. I mean, his scoring average is way up with Chicago as a starter. I'm just gonna pull it up. Pull it up real quick. We'll pull up Trey Jones. Just prove my point. I gotta dig into his stats here. Bear with me just a moment. Trey Jones as a starter for Chicago. All right, he started game this one through this one. Fastball reference. Why aren't you giving me the? There we go. All right, Trey Jones as the starter for Chicago. Started 9 games. Shooting splits were 57, 57, and 80. Now, granted, he was only 8 of 14 from 3 in 9 games. Not a huge sample size, but he was shooting 57, 57. So he was definitely playing well there. He was averaging about 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and 15 points a game. All those numbers are significantly higher than what he was doing here. Granted, he was playing over 30 minutes a game, but still, he was playing phenomenal in the starting lineup for them. And now he's just not playing at all. That sucks. Anyway, I said I was going to get to the game stats for this game. Let's get into it, and it's been ugly. The Raptors scored 37 in both quarters. 37 to 32 in the first, 37 to 22 in the second. Right now have a 74 to 54 lead over the San Antonio Spurs. Not what I expected. For the Raptors, Jamison Battle, who has 22 points. After I go over the stats, I actually want to see what his career high is because he might be, I've already passed it or he's closing in on it. He's also 6 of 8 from 3. So Jamison Battle is cooking us right now. Jonathan Moba with 2. He does have 9 rebounds though. And 4 steals. Wait, no, hold on. Jonathan Moba has 2 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, and 4 steals. Okie dokie. Weird stat line. Scotty Barnes with 21 points, Ochai Agbaji with 7, and Jamal Shed with 8. Off the bench for the Raptors, Garrett Temple with 0. Done for the game. May have tore his ACL, MCL, hopefully not. Colin Castleton with 2. Emmanuel Quickly. I thought Emmanuel Quickly was out. It says he played 0 minutes and scored 0 points. I thought Quickly is out. AJ Lawson with 12. For the game, the Raptors are shooting 57, 63, and 89. They're shooting 63% from 3. They're 10 of 16. They have turned the ball over 4 times. The San Antonio Spurs have turned it over 8 times and are shooting 44, 26, and 93. For our Spurs, Julian Champagnie with 8 points, Harrison Barnes with 12. Bismack Biyombo and Chris Paul both have 0. They're a combined 0 for 8. CP3 does have 4 assists and 3 steals. Stephon Castle does lead the Spurs in scoring. He has 15 points on 4 of 8 shooting. Has gotten to the line 6 times, made all 6. Has 4 boards, 3 assists as well. An outside shot at a triple-double. Really needs to get the rebounds and assists going in the second half. Off the bench, Mamu came in, had 6 points. Kelvin Johnson with 5. Jordan McLaughlin with 2. Malachi Branham with 4. And Blake Wesley with 2. Blake has more turnovers than points. 3 turnovers and 2 points. That's not what you want to see from any player. More turnovers than points. So Blake hopefully gets going in the second half. Hopefully the whole team gets going in the second half because right now this first half was ugly. Very ugly. Would be better if we start Trey Jones at point guard and move Sony to power forward. Do you mean last year? Last year, absolutely. This year, no, but last year, absolutely yes. That's based on Wemby, Son, Castlepox being healthy for 70 games. I hope so. I hope they all stay healthy for sure. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna look up. Thank you, Sports Critic. I hope they do. I was gonna look up Jamison Battle's career high. He's a rookie. This is a rookie who's absolutely cooking us right now. He did slow down. He had 18 points in the first quarter. He only had 3 in the second. But I got to think he's getting close to his career high. His career high is 24. So unless he stops scoring in the second half, he's going to have a career high today. So good for him, I guess. According to AI, there's a slight strategic lottery odds advantage to lose in the game. Is there? Yes, it is, Area 51. Steven Z, how does that help us in the lottery if we lose? I'm very confused. We're the 8th spot. Nobody can move past us. Yeah, Allen Iverson. They won the stake, so that's nice, guys. I'm not. I'm really being serious here because the Raptors are 30 and 51. We're 33 and 48. Next up's Portland at 35, 46. That's not changing the positioning of the teams in any way, shape, or form. Toronto would improve to 31 and 51. We would drop to 33 and 49. Nothing's happening there. Utah right now is the worst team in the NBA at 17 and 64. The Washington Wizards are 18 and 64. By the way, this just hit me. I want to remind you guys, or an idea I had, and see if you guys, yep, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in. So I'm thinking of having a watch party for the lottery results in May. What do you guys think about this? And this just are your thoughts too on this. Text me what you think. I have 2 friends that are Utah Jazz fans, and it looks like the Utah Jazz are going to finish as the worst team in the NBA. What if they joined us for the lottery results on May 12th? I already threw the invite to my buddy Jeff last night, and he's like, "Well, if we don't get the first overall pick, I'm just going to be peed off on stream." I'm like, "Yeah, that's great. It's for great TV." But I have 2 friends that are Jazz fans, and I was like, you've seen them both on the channel before. Not if you're new here, but if you've been here for a while, Jeff used to do the UFCs with me way back in the day, and then Ken's been on the channel. He was here for a Vikings game, Vikings Giants playoff game. And maybe that's it. You've definitely seen him. If you're subscribed to the other channel, you've definitely seen Ken. He's been in a lot of videos over there. But I was like, you know what? Why don't we just have me, Miss TSR, Ken, and Jeff? 2 people rooting for the Spurs to get the first overall pick, and 2 people rooting for the Jazz to get the first overall pick. Yeah, watch party. Look. Depleted Raptors, yes, they are depleted and beating us. I don't see a change in the draft either. Spurs could trade Vassell, come and pick some moving to the top. I suppose. If we're going to give up a bunch of assets, then it got to be for the first overall pick, and I don't think anybody's trading the first overall pick. What mustard do you like better? Spicy, brown, yellow, normal, or Dijon? I'm kind of boring, Greco. I'm just a regular yellow mustard. Am I going to have an update in your new season stream? An update? I'm not sure what you mean, Carlos. I'm sorry. I actually don't. The only mustard I've really eaten, Greco, is yellow. I can't rate the other ones. I'm not sure I've ever had them, and if I had them, I didn't know I was having them. I probably had them, and then neither gets a first round pick, and everybody's peed off. Yeah, probably. Well, the Jazz have never had the first pick overall ever. We've had it 3 times. Literally, the guy's right behind me. Nobody up, yep, nobody. Yes to the watch party. Okay. Rich Bouye just dropped 2 years ago. Rich was going crazy when the Spurs got the first pick. Yes, I did, Arno. I went absolutely nuts. That is a short on the channel. Let's going to do better. I mean, I'm not really focused. Well, as a content creator, you always want your content to do well, but I think it has 10,000 views, and I was like, man, I was hoping that would do better. It wasn't a fake reaction. It was a real life, like crazy, holy S moment. I couldn't believe it that we got the first pick again because it's happened twice already. As I just mentioned, some teams have never happened, but it is what it is. Someday we'll have a my goal here, really honest with you guys, is this channel I love, or the other channel, to get to 100,000 subscribers, to get the little plaque. I think that'd be cool, and have a video go viral. We have, not we, TSR Sports. I've been in a viral video, not necessarily because of me. For those that don't know, I'll share the story real quick. A couple years ago, myself and OGR Sports, also a Jeff, reacted to the Giants picks in 2020, whenever we drafted Evan Neal, which was a horrible pick. However, we really wanted Evan Neal at the time, And the Jets picked before us, and we were ecstatic they did not take Evan Neal and took Sauce Gardner instead. And OGR Sports called the Jets stupid for calling Sauce Gardner. He called them stupid idiots. Well, last year, Sauce Gardner, last year somebody clipped that. This isn't even, it's not even on the channel anymore in its entirety form because I only have giant shorts up here. I know I shouldn't delete content, but I did back then. Anyway, somebody clipped our reaction and shared it on Twitter, and then Sauce Gardner himself shared it on his Twitter and said, I wonder what these guys are up to now, winky face or whatever. And that video, I think, on his page got like 1.5 million views. Bleach Report posted it. I think combined views, it got 2.5 to 3 million views, something like that, which that's considered viral, right? But it wasn't really because of me. I was ecstatic and happy too, but he literally called the Jets stupid idiots. And I think that's what really pushed that video. So I'd really like to go viral in some respect, either over here or putting really weird stuff up on I make crap. So who the heck knows what could go viral if anything has a chance to go viral over there. But that would be, I have two goals. Those would be my achievement unlocks I'd like to do before I retire from YouTube. Have a channel get to 100,000 subscribers and have a video go viral. One may happen. I think the 100,000 at some point with the Spurs, if they become a championship team again, the viral video, it's a lot of luck on that. Talent involved, but sometimes it's just luck. A former, well, probably still a subscriber, but a young kid that used to come to the channel put up a random short of throwing a basketball on top of some kind of cage, trying to get it stuck up there, and it got 13 million views. I was like, really? You don't know what those, the booyah. That's awesome. What is the date of this video? This video right now is today's date. Are you talking about the one for the Evan Neal pick? It's either 22 or 23. Maybe change the scoreboard or your dunk of justice, your air or the start of the stream. I change stuff every off season. We'll change some stuff up. The only viral video I have is when I proposed to my fiance at the Spurs game, but I didn't post the video. The Spurs Facebook didn't. It got 64 million views. Alex, 64 million. I told you Hawks will lose both playing games. Their pick will. I hope so. No. That's the thing that sucks, Alex. You're not. That's what really sucks. Uh, if they're just clipping something, just like the video that got a couple million views for me, yeah, there's a lot of people whose content gets clipped and the video goes viral. It's one of those things that sucks. With shorts, YouTube doesn't have a hard copyright with shorts. I think musically there might be some copyright, but if you clip something and it goes viral, the owner of the content doesn't get anything. Darren Fox looking good right now on the TV, getting an interview, a little interaction. For which you have to do a viral vid. I don't have control over that, Kokoshiba. We do have a video that got to 1 million views, 1.2 to be exact, which I do count as an accomplishment. It took it 2 years to get there, but it eventually got there. But it's a crapshoot. You don't know it's a lot of luck with viral videos. At least the first one, and then if you make, I don't know. He was asking about the date for that. That's May 2023. Okay. Sorry, the date for the Wemby thing is May 2023 for sure. I don't know if it's May 12th, but it is 100% May 23. I was live for that, but I also clipped a short of my reaction. I think I blew out the mic a little bit. You guys have mentioned I went full Homer Simpson for that, but May 23 is absolutely the Wemby pick. Sorry. Heat will probably be better versus Hawks and playing. I hope so, Fonswine. USA woman losing. Oh, that's the video. Yep. I will admit, if you watch that video now, it doesn't age well. It's 5 years old. We're back to the game. I was new to women's sports, and I'm not trying to get into anything political controversial, but I just didn't think the United States women's national team, such a good team worldwide, to lose to a U15 team, but they did, and I made some excuses for them. I was a team, so I was trying to be a fan. I wasn't trying to be any type of activist in the video. I was just a new fan to the United States women's national team, and I honestly believed there's no way that boys could beat them. Well, it didn't age well. Um, well, it is what it is. Well, I ended up shutting the comments off on that because a lot of political crap did make it into there, or a lot of negative things towards women in the video, and it's like I don't need to see that. I don't want people seeing that on the channel, so I don't like shutting comments off. That's the one video on the channel that has the comments off. Oh my God, we're getting killed. Obaji for 3. What is happening, Spurs fans? Max, honestly, I think I was more of a Kristen Press fan than a United States Women's National Team fan. Castle would a brick 3, and when she went down with the ACL injury, and it was hard to cover them on the channel because I couldn't avoid, not me, but I couldn't avoid people bringing up something political on the channel because some of the players they have on the team as well. So I stopped covering it. I think that's what really killed it for me. It's just I couldn't talk about them without some sort of political comment in the chat or in the video. Castle with the miss, Biamba with the putback. That's his first bucket of the game. Let's focus on this game. Can we turn it around? We're down 20 at home, last game of the year. There's a missed 3 and an offensive rebound by Scotty Barnes, and now a strip by nope. Raptors get the ball back. Stand corrected. This pull-up jumper is no good by Obaji, and it's Spurs ball. I'm sorry, no, Mogba to miss. My apologies. Grab Yodi for a look. Go to D-Rob. Champagny for 3. There you go. The luck is already working. We need another good luck boop. Boop. Champagny has 14. Just realized my goatee kind of almost blends in with Yodi's hair. Well, not his hair is dark into my goatee. His hair goes into my goatee. Yodi wants a win for the last game of the year. By the way, for those of you that we've given out quite a few of these Yodis. I was checking today if they still have Yodis in stock. It didn't even take me to the page. I think Bleacher Creatures is actually out of Yodi, as the least it stands right now, permanently. Yeah, they're all out of you. Yeah. I was like, no way, no more Yodis? I love giving these away. I hope so, Muhammad. You know what? There we go. Everybody's here. Okay. Mikey, we need a good luck punch for the second half. It's like everybody's shorter than the camera now. I think my camera's in a different spot. I would love to see Steph get his triple-double, by the way. He needs a lot of rebounds and assists to get there. We'll see what happens. Let's get Go Spurs go up. Thank you, Coyote. Do a game on the Giants and Cowboys. Spurs fan, I don't like calling NFL. I really don't. I'll do a reaction to it, like the winner or loser, but I don't like streaming NFL play-by-play. I've tried on and off in the past, and it's not my thing. It really isn't. Calling basketball, yes. Well, I've 90, million% prefer calling the Spurs over anybody else. I am very looking forward to calling the Atlanta Hawks and Orlando Magic on Tuesday night. What happened to Jean-Luc? He is with Miss TSR. Jean-Luc does not live here. JL is whose? He needs 5 assists and 5 rebounds. Not impossible, Fukushibo. But guys got to start making their shots when he passes the ball to them and then just rebounds. You got to go get the darn rebound. That's that. It feels weird calling a game during the afternoon. Whoops. I don't want to do that. I want to start the clock up. We're going to have a quick foul in San Antonio. Down 79-62. Not insurmountable, but they need to get going as we're going to have 2 free throws coming up for Toronto. By the way, if you've not hit the thumbs up, please do so. Would like to get to at least 100 for the last game of the season. What's it look like? Show them. We're at 85 at the moment, so do need a little bit more. Of course, the Spurs need to start playing better as well. He should have yeah, he should. And Castle is a good rebounder. He reminds me of DeJounte in that regard. First free throw was good, 80-62. Didn't DeJounte average 8 rebounds a year for the Spurs his last season with us? Second free throws, no good. Diablo with the ball. Gets it to Castle. Castle bring it up for San Antonio. 9.5 minutes to go. 16 on the shot clock. Castle on the Spurs logo. Starts to drive. Out to Champagny. Champagny's not going to drive. Stops, pops. The two-pointer is no good. I know Biombo's missed a lot of shots in the paint recently with Castle dishing the ball to him. A lot of shots. 18 points. Get it to... Let's try to cut that lead in half before the fourth quarter. There's a block by Champagny. Scotty Barnes takes in the paint, misses the shot, wanted a foul, throwing his arms up, not getting it, still throwing his arms up. Maybe you should just get back and play defense, bro. You didn't get the call. CP3 with the ball. Bobo guarding him. Step back two. Chris Paul finally makes a bucket. Watching League One Vava, Saw 77. I don't know what that is. Castle out to Barnes. Barnes for three. And Barnes shooting's a little off today. You're welcome, John Lou. There's a miss. Stephon Castle with the rebound. We'll bring it up for San Antonio. Zips it over to Champagny. Champagny runs around and gets to the Barnes. Back to CP3. Back over to Steph. Steph's going to drive. Takes into the paint. And missed the dunk. Battle for three in the corner. No good. Thank goodness he's cooled off. He had 18 points in the first quarter. Jamison Battle. That's right. Rookie Jamison Battle with 18 in the first. Scotty Barnes in the paint. Throws it up off the glass and in. 82-64. Murray's last year with the Spurs averaged 8.3, 9.2. Yeah. Blunder, but blunder. Champagny drives in paint. Throws up the layup, though. His layup is blocked by the rim. Champagny threw the ball and hit the bottom of the rim on a layup attempt. For freaking hell. Come on, man. Yeah, sure. The position was a little tough, but still, you get your shot blocked by the rim. Raji with the dunk, and that's a timeout by Mitch. Highlight of the year? Ooh. John Luke, good question. That's a damn good question. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. I really don't. At least we won't lose 50. This is a fact. We can't. How do you get blocked by... Well, so he's going... There's the rim. I'm trying to... you know what? We'll use this as the rim. This is the bottom of the rim, right? So Champagny's going in, driving, and he throws the layup over here. He's on this side of the rim, throwing it up, trying to throw it up off the glass. And as he goes under, he just throws the ball right there into the rim. And does this work when I try to reenact the game with the plushies? Is it helpful? I don't. No, we don't, Rico. Shaqtin' a fool again. Yep. Old Spurs making Shaqtin' a fool. We actually don't make Shaqtin' a fool a lot. We really should. I think because we're the team we are, that we don't get on there as much as we probably should because we're just. I think they'd rather put bigger teams. Well, they do put some smaller teams often. The reenactments are great. Thank you, Area 51. I appreciate that. I try. I don't. I mean, if they're here, they help. Coyote is always helpful. Yodi, you're always helpful. No, Mikey, you're helpful too. Mikey's very helpful with the reenactments when we gotta show what happened with two players. They're both here ready to do it. Surprise boop from Mikey and Yodi. Take it. I won't take this 84-67 drought. My goodness. Gosh, just this setup really feels like 2 or 3 years ago. This is like an old school setup. I want to change it up a little bit for next season. I don't know how. We're going to use the same scoreboard, but I don't know. Longest odds to win draft lottery since 2005. 2008 Bulls 1.7% to 2014 Cavs 1.7, 2011 Cavs 2.8, 2024 Hawks 3.0, 2019 Pelicans 6. And right now, our chances of getting the first overall pick, I think, are 6%ish. So you're saying there's a chance. That's not likely, but it could still happen. Yeah, I like Wemby's get up today. Yesterday on Facebook, I watched a Wemby's best dunks from or best plays from this year, and it made me realize I actually miss watching Wemby play. I mean, duh, the team's much better with him on the court, but I just really miss some of the crazy stuff he could do. So I can't wait to see him again next season. That's all I'm saying. Spurs ball. CP3 out in three-point lane over to HB. HB spins around his defender, gets the layup. Good. All right, well, we got 69. We got a lot more than that. 15-point game. Get it to single digits. Wow, the Wizards won today. I thought they'd be tanking for the first overall pick, although it's same percentage. I guess it didn't matter, right? First play for worst team or second worst team. It's the same odds, isn't it? It only happened 15 times in NBA history where an NBA player averaged 28 and 9, and Murray is one. Wow. Okay. DeJounte was good for us. Maybe he was the best player on a bad team, but he was putting up some nice stats. He's not been the same since he left. Granted, running two point guards like Trey and him in Atlanta was a bad idea. Good trade for us, bad idea for Atlanta. Then he goes to the Pelicans, starts the season, I think, with a broken hand. Then he tore his Achilles later in the season. It has not been good for DeJounte since he's left. Who's MVP for the league? It sounds like SGA is getting the votes. And Battle stepped out of bounds. That's turnover for the Toronto Raptors. I'd be fine with SGA or Jokic getting it. Both have had phenomenal seasons. I do believe I've heard, though, if you take SGA off the Thunder, they're still a winning team. If you take Jokic off the Nuggets, not so much. CP3 is open for three. Going to fire off the three. All right. There we go. There we go. Oh. Portland's killing the Lakers, 73-51. Both teams have nothing to play for. No shocker there. The Lakers, I'm sure, resting Luka and LeBron. Look at this Toronto ball. 8 on the shot clock. There's a three, and it's no good. Keldon Johnson with the rebound. He's checked in for San Antonio. Anybody else check in? Anybody else? Who's that in the bottom left? Is Castle still in there? Nope, Castle's checked out. Actually, Keldon's came in for Castle. That's the only, all right, it's the only substitution. Harrison Barnes with the ball into the paint. Jumper good. 10-point game. Here we go. Ronnie is starting, James. That's why they're getting killed. Actually, I don't know. How's he playing? Is he playing well? I have nothing against Bronny. I actually wish him well. I mean, the dude had a heart issue as a teen, a scary heart issue. I wish him the best of luck. Boba for three, no good. We can get this to single digits. Come on. Let's go. Home game. CP3 driving. Pull up J. Let's go. Here we go, guys. Come on. Spurs on a 9-0 run. That's what I'm talking about. 84-76. I did see today that Chris Paul is the oldest player ever to start 82 games. Only the second time in his career he's played 82. 8 on the shot clock for Toronto. Spurs like the Shed for three. I was just about to say the Spurs starting to play a little bit better defense, and then Shed hits a three. A third quarter comeback would be ironic, considering that's a bad quarter for this. Should the Spurs move down in the draft if they don't get a top 4 in the lottery? The late first round has a lot of talent. Spurs, Mark, I haven't really put any thought into that. I like Rasheer Fleming around 15, 16. Would you guys trade down and draft Fleming around there and then Danny Wolf, a big, in the early 20s? Castleton with the foul. 87-76 Spurs ball. That's true, anywho. You're right. Fourth top draft prospect Spurs fan. Um, Cooper Flag, obviously. BJ Edgecombe, Ace Bailey. There's a foul and one. Who's the guard I'm trading, guys? Who's the other guard? I'm drawing a blank at the very moment. He projected top three guard. Point guard, right? I know somebody's going to put it in the chat. For sure somebody's going to put it in the chat, but I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I can see it, but I can't remember the name. Damn. I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember his name. 89-76 free throw coming up. Harper. Dylan Harper, right? Dylan, yeah, somebody's putting it. As soon as you said Harper, I remember Dylan Harper. There's the free throw. 89 said Dylan Harper. I could not pull Dylan Harper for some reason. And Kellen is fouled down the other end. Michael, I don't know why Devin Vassell's out today. I understand why he did not play Friday night. The Spurs were clearly tanking that game, and that I think you all agreed that game looked like a tank. They totally tanked that game against Phoenix. As why Devin's out today, I have no idea. Kellen with the ball. I'd like to see him finish strong. Drives in the paint with a little jump. Not finish strong like that, but I mean have a good game. That's also finish strong. Igor Demon's been mentioned. Yeah, that's your top four. Maybe kind of in that order. There's a missed three. Kellen with the rebound. Obviously Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, and or BJ Edgecombe. I think 3 and 4 flip flop between various mock drafts. I see Brandon for three. 8-point game. Come on, let's go. I want this win, damn it. I want win number 84. Crowd is finally coming to life a little bit, chanting defense. And Branham with the steal. Malachi Branham playing some D. Drives in the paint. Layup is good. Timeout, Toronto. Or maybe not. I thought they took a timeout. I thought I heard a whistle. I didn't. The Spurs bench is outscoring Toronto's 26-16, and finally they've got some energy. Slinging a little bit of D. I mean, if Malachi Branham's making a defensive play, you know something's wrong. Lost it for three, no good. Fight for the board. Keldon will get the loose ball. Spurs on the move. And they throw it away. Turnover. We are coming back. Don't tell me they're saving him for next season. You know what? There's a good chance the Spurs will be looking at trading him, and that's why they're not playing him. Just putting that out there in the universe. Don't hate. I don't know where he fits on the team. If the starters next year are Fox, Wemby, and Castle, there's a missed layup for Toronto. Mamu drives in the paint. Layup. 89-85. Let's go. What's up, Hugo? Hugo. So I'm letting you know I'm sending you a Wemby. I can't in good conscience not send you one. It's just the way I have to do it. I have to do it, Hugo. So Hugo's the one that won the one of the trivias. We gave out a baby Wemby, but I sent Keldon Johnson by accident. I don't know why I clicked on Keldon by accident. He has the mustache too. You guys have said they look alike, the plushies. And we're gonna have a foul and 2 free throws coming up for the San Antonio. I'm sending you a Wemby. I have to. So you got 2 plushies off your one trivia answer. Congratulations. Portland is crushing the Lakers bench. Fine, they're winning, but they were up by as much as like 18. And you did, Mr. Ohio player. Yodi, that's right. Yodi bringing the luck. Yo, wow, Yodi doing a flip. Just send him a baby. There's no such thing as a baby TSR. That'd be freaky. I wouldn't. Oh my god. Baby TSR. I was actually cute as a kid. I had blonde hair as a kid too. Then my hair went. Actually, I was a redhead, then blonde, and then brunette. I don't know what happened. Get rid of Sohan too. Ouch. 91-87, 4-point game. Renee with the $5 super chat says, one heck of a year. Here's to next year with the healthy Fox, Castle, and Wemby. Indeed. Thank you for the super chat. By the way, appreciate you all that have super chatted today. And yes, next season's going to be lit. Kelvin in the paint. One scream and one layup. And a steal. Let's go.
Sucker!
Spurs fan, I hate having a mustache. It's just not my thing. Scotty Barnes, jumper. Nice shot. Dang. And Mama with the, yeah, when I scream, this damn mic blows out. I'm sorry. I don't, otherwise it's a good mic. This camera has a mic in it. We're gonna have to use that for the lottery because that does not get blown out, but that one does get blown out. It's not designed for yelling. Wow, what? Keep screaming. I mean, we were getting killed. And I know this game means nothing, but it's the last game of the year. It's a home game. Win one for the home crowd. There's a miss and two free throws coming up for AJ Lawson. It's the first time in my history of YouTubing that I've called all 82 games for the Spurs, so I want to end it with a win. Chris Paul's the oldest player to play 82 games in a season. Harrison Barnes and Julian Champagnie hit 82 games this year. What's up, Gabriel? Thanks for stopping in. Were we down by 20? Robert, I don't know if she likes the mustache or not. I think she's more beard, but I've tried the goatee, full goatee, and it does not right in these things. Wow, 33-17. All right, shot clock is off. Like Wesley with the ball. That didn't go well in the second quarter when ending half. Go Spurs, go chance starting to come out in the crowd. Nice. The crowd is finally into it, which we were down by apparently 20 at one point. I remember 18. I don't remember 20. No defense in this game, by the way. 95-93. Blake's going to drive in the paint. Off balance jumper is no good. Keldon with the rebound. And can't get the shot off. He got it to Champagnie. Champagnie hit the three, but it was after the game clock expired. But you know what? Every time you scream, the sounds say bye-bye. I know. I wonder if I just bought this mic too. So if we're gonna do a little sound check here, so earphone users beware. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should Google it. Let me Google that one. Ice ball mic. Say that right. Hold on. Ice ball mic. How to prevent clipping. Because I have the blue ice ball mic and it clips a lot. To prevent clipping with a blue snowball steam microphone, adjust your recording setup and input levels. Consider a pop filter, blah blah blah, and it's over a foot away from me. 2 inches, 8 to 12 inches. We're more than 8 to 12. I know for the lottery, we are absolutely going to use the microphone in the C922. You guys have heard this microphone the most on the channel. It doesn't clip. It distorts when I get loud. So just that earphone users beware. It might not blow out if we get a top four pick or first overall pick. But yeah, we got a game. Blake with 3 turnovers. He had all that in the first half though, Michael. So at least he's been clean in the second half. And I love the fight too. They could have easily rolled over and died. Game doesn't mean anything, but they didn't, and I like that. 95-93, 12 minutes to go, and yes, we have a game. Now, for those of you that have been here all year, you will see that the setup is a little different. I was having some technical issues with streams on and off with having the players on the court over here because I was having 3 web pages open. This is a web page. I have the YouTube webpage for streaming, then also ESPN, and I just found it was causing a lot of issues. I was like, let me try streaming without it and see if it helps. And so far, things do seem to be running a little smoother. So there's that. We're still trying to get to 100 thumbs up, though. A huge comeback, and we don't have 100 thumbs up? What? We're still sitting at 94. Can we get some thumbs up for this big comeback for our Spurs? Dr. Saturn, well, we're actually calling the Orlando Magic and Atlanta Hawks game Tuesday night. So I'll be 100% rooting for Orlando Tuesday, and then whoever the Hawks play in on Thursday. But I want the Hawks to become a lottery team. Bianca, good evening to you. What's up, Greg? Don't shoot into the mic so turn the mic away. Shouldn't I have it towards me though? It's not designed for yelling. Kelvin in the paint, tied it up. Clippers or Warriors, yap yap. I'm indifferent. Doesn't matter. And a turnover by Toronto. Really no defense at all being played in this game. Both teams closing on 100 already, which is fine. Whatever. I still can't believe the Wizards won today. And the Spurs turn the ball over. Well, shoot. I don't know when we last had the lead. In and out three-pointer for Abaji. Now follow-up three. Jamison Battle, I think he has 25 now, which is a career high. Thank you, Rana. Appreciate it. Offense definitely not the issue for this team. Kelvin for three. Air ball. Air ball. Kelvin. Kelvin. Come on, man. His three-point shot has been a very big disappointment this year. He has improved, I think, a little defensively, or at least the efforts that have been there more defensively. His two-point scoring has been great. Castle going to take it coast to coast. Misses at the rim. And now a steal by Mamu. Steph with the ball, going to get to the Blake Wesley. Oh, he went for the huge dunk and got fouled. Blake Wesley is trying to tear the roof down. It's fine today, a spleen. It's fine today. It's not fine all season. It's fine for today. This type of game, whatever. A meaningless game. I just want the win. I don't care how we get it. But no, it's not. You've watched Channel Left. You know I'm not okay with that. Blake at the line for two. Blake did try to baptize that man. I think Kellen's shooting out. Oh, Kellen lost a contact. No wonder why he shot an air ball three. Kellen's not under 30% for three for the year, Michael. Is he? I don't think he's under 30% for the year. That doesn't sound right. Steph is around 28.8%, but I don't think Kellen's that low. He is under 33%. The old get him a body bag, 98-97. What was looking like a joke game for the first three quarters has now turned into a competitive game. Listen, I wear contacts. If I'm missing a contact, battle for three, no good. And Mama with the rebound, my vision's definitely up. We can take the lead for the first time in whatever. 31, okay, thank you, Spleen. I thought he was I thought he was over 30%, 31.9. Blake in the paint, layup. That's the lead. First lead since 5 minutes and 13 seconds into the first quarter, or 5:13 left. First lead since the first quarter. And we were down by, what, 20 at one point? They trailed by 22. They were down 22 in the third quarter. Down 22. And Scotty Barnes is fouled, going the line for two. Down 22. Wow. Bianca, change Kelvin to our team. We're constantly one of the fifth worst shooting teams in the NBA and have been like the last 5 years. So when we say this team needs shooting, it sounds repetitive, but they desperately need some guys that they hit the three. I think HB was our best three-point shooter this year for somebody that took a normal volume. I'm not looking at the Jordan McLaughlins that have taken like 23s for the year. I think HB was around 43%. Yeah, win one for Bill. That's the second one. Right? Bill's retiring. Win one for Bill. Castle going to take it into the paint. Gets it to Mamu. Can't hold on to the pass. Out of bounds. Turnover. Justin, I'm sure a lot of people gave up on them. Now we got a game. And an afternoon game, which is totally throwing me off. It feels weird calling a game in the afternoon like this. We got 200 thumbs up, guys. Thank you very much. What a comeback by San Antonio. Well, end the season would win. Who will win the match? I guarantee the team that scores the most points is going to win. I'll tell you right now. I love the Spurs too, XO. I worry when end the season would have win. Go out with a nice feel good moment. You know what I mean? It's been a tough season. Very, very roller coaster season. Probably the most roller coaster season we've had on the channel, where we were looking like a playoff team, and we were up. We were the eighth best team in the Western Conference at one point after we beat the Denver at the start of the year, and then the wheels fell off. And now a lottery team, the season-ending injury or a medical issue, should I say, to Wemby, Pop's medical issue, De'Aaron Fox out for the rest of the season. I mean, we knew that was coming. Yeah, crazy season. Well, no, I do not, Elephant. I don't. What's up, Isabel? Alele Spurs to you. Thank you for stopping in. Hopefully you're doing well. Castle is the 17th worst defender in the NBA. Is it? How much is that affected by like what's going on around him too, though? I'm sure team defense we're near the bottom. HB is ranked 28th worst defender in the Malachi Branham's down there, Kelvin's down there. But is the collective unit bringing the entire like bringing them down together? I would have to think so. Wonder if we're watching Kelvin's last game in a Spurs uniform. You know, HM Sports, I've actually said on the channel that I think one of those three will be gone in the offseason. Devin Vassell, Kelvin Johnson, Jeremy Sohan. I don't see us bringing all. I don't see all three being on the team next year. I don't know which one, clearly. If they're all here, great. I'll root for them, but I think they're going to move on from one. He's 12 and Kelvin's 13. Spurs are eighth, Bianca. That cannot change today. Win or lose, they will be eighth going into the lottery results on May 12th. We'll be live for that. And possibly live with a watch party. Myself, Miss TSR, and two of my friends are Jazz fans. My buddy Ken and my buddy Jeff, both Utah Jazz fans. The Jazz have never had a first overall pick. The Jazz were, I think, the worst team in the NBA this year, with the Wizards winning today. Charlie Chung with a big super chat. I don't know what MYR is, but I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but thank you for the super chat. Go Spurs, go. One more win for another lottery pick. Hope this. No tax from your. It does get taxed, Sterling. It does, and I do claim it. I keep everything on the up and up. But thank you so much for that super chat. Appreciate you so much. You and I have been going back and forth for years in regards to Dejounte Murray being each of our favorite players, our fave number five. Yeah, I would ask. Try not. I mean, I appreciate the super chat, but try not to put anything political in regular chats or super chats, please, because I can't open a can of worms that we don't want to address in the channel. But I do thank you very much for that. Juan, go Spurs, go from the Philippines. Oh my gosh, in the Philippines, that's 5:30 in the morning where you are. I'm predicting Kevin and Delvin are the odd man out. I could see that. Neither one would. If Castle and Fox are a backcourt of the future, what I expect them to be, Wemby's obviously a lock to start. Where does that leave Devin Vassell? I don't like him at small forward. I think he's too small. I don't think we're going to pay that much money to a guy coming off the bench. There's an easy dunk for us Castleton. Not Castleton for Toronto. I could see Devin being moved. I would say Devin's if they can move one of them, I would say it's Devin. He has the biggest contract. Keldon flies in the paint, layup good. Keldon's really playing well in the paint. 3-point shot can't make one to save his life, but 2-point shot's working in the paint. I think Keldon's settled in well as a six-man guy off the roll. He's definitely a big cheerleader for the team. He's all in on Texas. He's kind of very Spursy with the community stuff. I'm not saying nothing bad about Devin in any of those regards, but Devin is making quite like 10 million more a year. I think Devin gets moved. If I had to pick one, Devin out of those three. Spurs ball, all tied up. 8 minutes to go. Steph with the ball, zips it into Mamu. Mamu turnaround Jay. I think Spurs will value Jeremy's consistent defense more than they do Devin Spellin's spotty offense. Yes, I agree. Devin still has the worst plus minus on the team as a starter. No, militia guy. Devin will be the number 4 scorer. Wemby 1, Fox 2. I think Castle's much more assertive and aggressive than Devin with the ball. There's a layup for the Raptors. Yeah, I think Devin would be pecking order number 4 as a starter. Mamo for 3. Nope. 103, 103. Could we see overtime? An open 3 for the Raptors. That is no good by Moba. In transition, Malaga Brandon takes it in, misses the layup. Did get fouled going to the line for 2. Call me crazy, but I think we should keep Vassell and give him another chance. I know the injuries really started him off slow this year. I like Devin. I just don't know where he fits. Where does he fit? We have a lot of these guys right now that are around 6'5", a lot of wing players. Is he a starter or is he a very expensive bench player? And a challenge. Challenge by Toronto. Yeah, Jokic, and he had a triple-double a few games ago, Bianca. I think did he go for 61 or 62 and then 10 and 10? Wemby, Fox, free agent starter, Castle, and then draft pick. I'd rather have Kelman over Devin given the entire relatively same offensive output with a $10 million. But you're right. Devin is a better pure shooter than Kelman. Kelman's pretty much a lot of his points this year are coming in the paint on drives. It's a little more one-dimensional, but as far as the overall output, it's not incredibly different. I would take the cheaper player. As much as I love Vassell, I think getting rid of his contract will help the Spurs long term. Yeah, actually, I hate to say it too. Um, yeah, and with that, if we don't have Castle and Devin on the team at the Castle and Vassell, then we don't have double pineapple power. Super 5 will be a Spur in 2 months. I think KJ and Devin don't fit the team. I know who they are, Elephant. Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Christian or Cristiano? I know who they are. I know Lionel Messi is generally considered one of the best soccer players in the world, if not the best soccer player. Football, I have seen their highlights. I know who they are. And we need the money to pay Fox and True, yeah. Devin's game improved every year until this year, which I think is why he's been under a microscope. He averaged 18 points a game and some change a couple years ago, 19 last season. This season, he's averaging a little over 16. It was a big drop. I mean, I wouldn't expect him to average 30, but you would expect the average to keep increasing. But a lot of his metrics dropped. Defensively, I think he did better, especially at the end of the year. But overall, it was a disappointing season. Um, I don't know. I'm very curious I've said this on the channel many times. I am very curious to see what the Spurs do in the offseason because I don't know who they're going to move on from. If anybody, they could shock us and keep everybody, or they could shock us and move on from Kelman and Devin. I don't know. Many reports think Flag is returning to Duke. I think that's going to depend on who's drafting first overall, Bill. If it's a lost franchise like the Wizards or Jazz, then he probably won't enter the draft. If it's a good team that's had a history of building, like our Spurs, maybe he enters. Carlos Eyeball Jeter with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much. He says, Rich, you are the greatest YouTuber ever, and I appreciate everything you do for us. Even if you were sick, you were here 82 stream games, and it's not easy, and you did it. I did. Appreciate you, and I'm here every year. Thanks. Thank you, man. Yes, 82 games this year. There were a couple of games I was not feeling well, but I said, I'm doing it. Hello, Carol. Hey, Bears, what's up? TSR, thanks for bringing us the season. You, CP3, Barnes, and Champagne were the only ones to make it to all 82. Yes, we were. Stefan Castle's at the line, by the way. I did not see if he made his first free throw. I guess I'll find out in a second. He did. Spurs up. I'm sorry, Malachi Branham's at the line. My apologies. I saw Castle. Branham at the line makes both of them. Now, Kevin Durant, expensive and getting older, so he could become more and more injury prone. That's a missed three by Jamison Battle. You're welcome, Jetted Out. Thank you all. And thank you, Carlos. Stephon Castle with the ball for the Spurs. Throws it away. Kelvin gets the loose ball and on the shot clock, plenty of time. He's just going to take a three. Okay. Okay. Biggest lead of the game, I believe, for the Spurs, up by 5. Let's go. They're on a 9-2 run in the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And a foul, Malachi Branham. Oh, the season's almost over. Yeah, Spleen. I didn't know he's a good free throw shooter this year, but man, he's such a poor. If his offense was so good that it overcame his poor defense, then I'd be all in. But it's not because he's inconsistent offensively, and when he's not scoring, now he's a net negative on both ends of the floor. Damon Z with the $5 super chat says, "Congrats on the 82 games, Rich. Go Spurs, go!" Thank you very much, Steven Z. Appreciate you. Thank you all. There's been a lot of super chats today. Thank you all. It's been a hell of a season. And we're not done. We got the Atlanta Hawks playing games. There's a missed three and a fight for the board. And Stephon Castle gets the board. 6 minutes to go of the Spurs season. Let's get a win. I want to win. I want to win. Oh, Yodi. Wow, Yodi's climbing down my arm. Telling him for three again. Nope. CP3 with the rebound. Back to Kellen. Kellen with the drive in the paint. Misses the shot. Going to the line for two. Castle with a follow-up windmill dunk. He missed the dunk. Katie on a vet minimum? Sure. That ain't gonna happen. He's set to make 50 million. Yes, Erling Chong, we called all 82 this year. We called all the preseason, all the summer league. Kellen missed a free throw, and the regular season. This is game 82 of the regular season for us, and live stream number 95 of the Spurs. A lot of you have been here for every one of them as well, so thank you very much. It's been a wild ride, and it's going to be an incredible year next year. Miss TSR's been at a lot, but she does a lot of load management. Jetted out the $2 super chats. Big up the Spurs family here. Next season will be, oh gosh, it's jetted out. It's going to be lit next year. We are going to be so freaking good. I can feel it. Well, there's an easy dunk for tall goatee white guy dude with a dunk. I don't know who that was. Oh, it's Castleton. My bad. He's on my roster. Yeah, I lost Castleton. Castleton with the dunk. I know who that is. That's Stephon Castle. Colin Castleton. Castle into the paint. Draws the contact. Misses the shot. And a late whistle. 2 free throws coming up for Steph. That was a very late whistle. Rich, a sincere thank you for this year. You, Miss TSR, Bear, and the Couch crew helped make the difficult year survival. Thank you. Sol 77, I said 35 to 40. They just missed that. Literally just missed that. I agree, Biscuit Buddy. I mean, I'm not a huge Tom Brady fan, but didn't he take discounts a lot to be part of a winning team? I mean, if you're already a jillionaire, what's more important at that point in your career, winning or more money on top of more money than you'll ever be able to spend? I prefer Booker too. Bianca, I'm not well, XFL is no longer. I didn't watch the XFL. It's UFL now. It merged with the USFL. I think Castle makes them both. Spurs up by 6. Once the NFL season's over, I'm over with football until September. Castle at 17, 8, and 6. Not going to get that triple double, guys, barring a miracle of assists at the end of the game. It is Toronto ball, 111-105, under 5 minutes to go of the Spurs season. We have a corner three, and it's no good. Julian Champagny with the rebound. Spurs winning, Wemby yawning. It is UFL? Okay. I thought they merged. Keldon with a turnover. 4.5 minutes to go. Come on, San Antonio. Don't let me down. Don't let us down. Castleton jump hook good. Timeout Mitch, 111-107. You're welcome, James. We've been doing the Spurs 6 seasons here. They've been a loser all 6. Next season will be the winning season. Next season. Finally. Go clock, go. There you go, Craig. Let's Chuck Norris the clock. That's the one thing that's cool is moving it like this. You do get full screen videos now, except for the thumbs up one with Pop doing this. Overtime, I'm hungry. How about 12 plus 12 next season too? Would that be substantial? Like, would that be enough for you guys? It would for me. If we 30 go from 22 to 34 to 46, I would have to think we'd be a playoff team at 46 wins. 46 and 36, and then start a new streak of 50? Or do we start the new streak of 50 next season? Wemby year 3 is going to be a monster on both ends of the court. Darren Fox is going to have an offseason with the team, which will be huge. Mitch Johnson won't be the coach, which will be huge. That's about the $5 super chat said, I wish I could have joined you every time. Thank you for all making TSR a safe, caring place. Next year will be fun. Isabel, you're so many hours ahead of me, though. You're like 6, so I get why you couldn't make every game, but I know you always try to do so. If you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, I'm coming in to say hi and hit the thumbs up, and that is so appreciated. Any of you that live in France or the Philippines or anywhere in between or around the world, when you if you wake up at night and say, hey TSR, I'm coming and stopping and say hi and give the thumbs up, that means a lot to me. And it's been a crazy ride these 6 years. Next year is going to be amazing with the Spurs being much better. Castle year 2, a better head coach. Mitch has been better lately, but even Mitch wasn't ready for the spot. I don't want to keep beating him up. If he had an off season to work with the team, he would probably be better than he is now. CP3 for 3, airball. Maybe miss more TSR on the couch next season. Castle looks good for Rookie of the Year. I don't want to say it's a lock because I think it's my UFC brain. I've seen a lot of UFC fights where the person I thought would win, it went to the other guy. Or you have the weird random. I watched a fight last week where the scorecard was 29-28, 29-28, 27-30. It's like, dude, what fight are you watching? Sometimes I just don't trust the voters always to make the right vote. Castle should be Rookie of the Year. It is Toronto ball, 4 on the shot clock. Scotty Barnes going to drive, pulls up. No good. Offensive rebound for the Raptors. The putback is good by Nova. And another timeout by Mitch Johnson. If the Rockets did it this year, if the Detroit Pistons, who have been, to be honest, a joke of the NBA the last few years, are a playoff team this year. That can be us. You too, David. Thank you. More Miss TSR is a good thing. Agree? 50 is possible only if the bad defenders on the team get traded for good defenders, like the Hawks did. Yeah, the Hawks, I'll give them credit. I thought that trade was bad before at the start of the year, but it actually ended up being a good trade. The DeAndre Hunter trade, correct? Everybody's going to say it's the Cavaliers or Celtics this year for the championship in the Eastern Conference. I would agree. Cavaliers Celtics they're the top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference, and one's the defending NBA champion. It would make sense. Brilliant Ghost first go to you, and you're welcome, Aaron. Yes, make a higher percentage of threes, indeed. He was put in a tough situation, Justin. I beat up on Mitch a lot too. He was not expecting to be head coach of the Spurs this year, and he was clearly not ready for it. Thinking like my job. I'm very good at my job at what I do. If I was thrust into the supervisor spot tomorrow, would I be as good at it? No. No, I wouldn't. Now, granted, some of Mitch's rotations were very head scratching, making you go, dude, what are you trying there? Uh, Iowa Holton was bad rotations on him, but he was clearly not ready to be head coach. We need size, rebound, 3-point shooting. Williams says rooting for anybody but the Lakers. I can't really argue with that too much. Sohan's a very good defender. He is. He's had some really, really good games. The Biscuit Buddy with the $10 super chat says, Rich, I keep your stream on during games, not only because I like your commentary, but more importantly because I live alone and it's like watching a game with friends. Bill, I'm right there with you. I've got Selena, Yodi, Mikey, and Grogu, but for many years I had not had games to watch with either. Yeah, I don't know any Spurs fans in Connecticut. One of my pastors would, but I haven't actually hung out with him face to face in years. I go to his church online still, but it gives you somebody to talk to. Now, Miss TSR has joined our Spurs family in the last year and a half plus, and it does give me somebody to actually watch the games with. but she's a newer Spurs fan, and that's not a knock to her. But she wasn't here for the Twin Towers, the Big Three, etc. So she knows of it, but she's not going to be able to talk about it like we can because we experienced it. So getting to talk past Spurs moments and enjoy these new moments with you guys is really this is why I do it. I live in Connecticut. It's there aren't a lot of Spurs fans here. I actually saw a Spurs fan yesterday in a museum. He was wearing a Wemby jersey. I went up to him and said, "Hey, buddy, go Spurs, go!" And he gave me this look like he didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, okay. Spurs ball after the miss. 3 minutes ago, Castle in the paint gets it to Keldon. Keldon out to HB. HB's going to drive. Oh, tough reverse layup is no good. Wanted the foul, saying he got hit on the head. Refs are saying no. Spurs are in the bonus. It is Toronto ball. 4-point game. Battle for three in the corner. No good. Offensive rebound for Toronto. We've been giving up a lot of offensive rebounds, something we do every game. Scotty Barnes in the paint. Bucket. 2-point game. William Jimmy said, "Me and Miss TSR are the only Spurs fans you heard of." No, yeah, as far as couples, there's probably not a lot of couples that are rooting for the Spurs. Castle into the paint. Important. Spurs win, put a mustache on Selena. Colin Castleton's fouled out. I think if Pop doesn't come back next year, we'll do the unconventional thing like we've known and keep Mitch. It wouldn't shock me. It would not shock me if Mitch Johnson's the coach of the team next year. I know a lot of people are like, don't say that. Don't speak it into existence. It wouldn't shock me. Angie, good afternoon to you. Stormy, what's up? Stormy, I took it off. So I've noticed there's been performance issues during the streams. And I realize it's maybe because this is a web page right here. Streaming is a YouTube web page with the chat, but that Players on the Court was ESPN's page, which has a lot of ads and videos playing sometimes throughout the game. And I realized that could be causing performance issues, and it's much more important to me to have the stream work functionally than to have the players on the court. So I'm trying for the last game here, seeing if it works better without them. Robert, I'm okay with the Spurs getting the first overall pick again, just for the record. We'll be live for the lottery next month, trying to get a watch along. Myself, Miss TSR, I have two friends that are Utah Jazz fans. What are the odds of that in Connecticut? My buddy Ken and my buddy Jeff. I'm going to invite them both and see if we could we'll have to change the setup of the room a little bit so we can all fit in camera, but I think it would be awesome to have, four fans, two on opposing sides rooting for the first overall pick. Castle with 28-6 tonight. Nice final game for him. 2 minutes left of our Spurs season. I'd like to see Ronnie Minix come back a spleen. He was playing very well in G League. He can shoot. And he's my brother from another mother. Jamison Battle for three, no good. Jamison Battle hit 6 threes in the first quarter, had 18 points, has not done much since. He is absolutely cooled off. Castle with the ball for the Spurs, into the paint, Euro step, tosses it out to HB in the corner. Missed the three. Keldon with the rebound. Thank you, Keldon. Minute and a half to go of our season, guys. CP3 drives in the paint, pull up J. Good. 118, 111. Homer Martinez, what's going on? Congratulations, Chris Paul, the oldest player ever to play in 82 games in a season. Barnes for three. Ooh, all right, don't get too excited yet. 4-point game. Monica, what's going on? 118, 114. Castle with the ball for the Spurs. 1 minute to go. One-on-one with his defender. Starts to drive, gets by him, spins around in the paint. Doesn't actually get by him. Misses a jumper in the paint. Keldon with another rebound. The putback by Keldon. And one! Win number 34 is 54 seconds away. No Jakob Poeltl today. By the way, I want to announce real quick. I checked Amazon Prime store. When I clicked on Yodis, because you guys know I gave out a lot of Yodis this season, the page takes me to something different. They might be out of baby Yodis. I'm really sad if Yodi got like discontinued because he's awesome. Every Spurs fan should have a baby Yodi. He missed the free throw. My head. And a steal by Harrison Barnes. The Spurs want this win. Let's go. The crowd is standing and cheering. 14 on the shot clock for San Antonio. Milk that clock. Milk it like a cow, baby. Castle drives in the paint. Off bounce layup is no good. Raptors ball. They have to hurry if they want a 2-for-1. Scotty Barnes, Euro step in the paint. Layup good. Ooh, boy. This game is far from over. Well, not far from over. There's 25 seconds left. CP3 with the ball. He's going to get fouled. Ooh. Scotty Barnes wants an offensive foul on CP3. I think they're calling the foul on Barnes. What a comeback indeed. Go Spurs go from Narabi. Hope I said that right. Thank you very much. This was a crazy game today. We were down by 22 in the third quarter. And if you've been here all season, the Spurs, the third quarter has generally been a terrible. That biscuit might have been. Chris misses the first free throw. He's a 90% shooter, isn't he? Phil, I didn't catch the replay. Did it look intentional? The shot to the face on Scotty? He almost missed the second one, bounced off the rim, finally went in. This game's not over yet. It is now. Toronto just turned the ball over. Chris Paul, alley-oop. Kellen missed it. Oh, he went in. He missed the dunk and it rolled around on top of the rim and finally fell in. The bench is laughing at him. Toronto playing full court defense. Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds. Is going to stay with the Spurs. Mitch Johnson calling a timeout. So Keldon went for the alley dunk. Him and Castle were in the vicinity, and there might have been some confusion on who was going for it. Keldon goes for the dunk, and he missed it, but the ball sat on top of the rim and spun around, and then fell in. Is Scotty Barnes targeting our crowd? This was a great comeback. This was a fun comeback. Was CP3 that? Wow. 93%? Over 90%. Just showing the replay. Castle's trailing. Looks like Castle's going up, and I think he messed up Kelman's timing. And it counted. Yeah, Castle and Kelton are both trailing in the same spot. Kelton was right behind. Castle slightly behind. Is that Nacho Libre? Nacho! A fantastic way to end the season. A fantastic way. Absolutely. I think that lob was for Castle to July 26th. Yeah, I'm glad you stayed awake too, Isabel. I'm glad you all were able to stop in today. Those of you that can make it, it's a Sunday afternoon game, so it's a weird time. Can we get some thumbs up for the Spurs win? We're at 130. We kind of finished the season with 150 thumbs up, don't we? 150, 20 away for a Spurs win. I mean, it should be a Spurs win, barring something crazy happening. Omar does not affect the draft whatsoever if they win today. This is for pride. This is for the hometown crowd. Does not hurt our draft position. Fantastic way to end the season would be to get Cooper Flag, though. All right, it is Spurs ball. The game is obviously not over yet. They'll get into CP3. He's going to get fouled. Actually, having that ESPN thing down too, that would show the end of the game before the game ended for me. So I'm kind of glad that's gone away. Yes, Wemby still leads the league in blocks. This is a fun game. And we were down 22 at one point. Down 22. Hawks beat Magic today, but that doesn't matter. We need Orlando to win Tuesday. I want to put it out there. We're going to be doing a hate watch for the Hawks and the Hawks and the Magic on Tuesday. We want the Hawks to lose both their games in the play-in, so that becomes a lottery pick for our Spurs. So I'll be live Tuesday night, probably around 7:30. And if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're up for some hate watching the Hawks, make sure to hit the old subscribe button. Of course, if you're a Spurs fan, what you waiting for? We're an awesome Spurs community. Really, thank you, Raptors. Are you a Raptors fan? Hugo, yes, 34 wins. All right, go to D-Rob. He said hug the Yodi. Before the new rules, Wemby probably would be defensive. I don't know, Spleen. He played what, 46 games or 48 games? I don't know if that would have been enough. We need to troll every. Well, here they're playing Tuesday night. You caught the Nacho Libre? I'm 99% sure that while we're live, the Dixon Way, Larry is an Atlanta Hawks fan, will be live. Amir from the Sports Critic is an Orlando Magic fan. He'll be live. I know Amir since actually 2019. I was stuck in the 80s and he was the movie critic. We were both doing movie channels and then both switched to sports in the 2019 year. They'll both be live for the respective teams. We're going to definitely do a raid on both of them at halftime. Absolutely, that's the plan. Yes, I will be covering the lottery. So May 12th is the lottery results. I'm hoping we'll have a watch party here with you guys, myself, my girlfriend who will be rooting for the Spurs, and my two friends who are Utah Jazz fans, Ken and Jeff. I've already invited Jeff. He's a little worried about getting mad on the stream. I said, no, get mad. It makes great TV. I hope you go ahead and swear. I don't care. Try not to swear too much. No F-bombs, preferably. But, the Jazz have never had a first overall pick. I told you cool with having them here. All right, back to the game. It is Toronto ball. 6 seconds to go of our season, guys. We get into battle. You missed it. That's the game. That's a great way to end the season, guys. A win at home. Yeah, it's a bad Toronto team. I don't care. You still got to beat the team in front of you. And we ended it with a win. And a comeback win. We were down 22 at one point. This team a couple years ago would have rolled over and died. They don't do that anymore. They've had a lot of come from behind wins this year, a lot of huge deficits to come back from, and that's what I wanted from this. One of the things I wanted from this team this year is keep fighting no matter what. Yeah, there's some games where there wasn't a lot of fight. That's going to happen, but overall, they came back a lot more this year than I think they did the last 2 years. And we did it. A win is a win, and Splash, a comeback indeed. Feels, it was a rough season as a fan, as a content creator. Well, it was rough once Wemby got shut down. It really got tough. Um, but I think this was a fun season. I was thinking at least 50 wins next season for pause. I think that's the ceiling, or that's the floor. 50 wins. I say 50 to 55 next year. All right, Jorling, I'll give you one. Castle finished with 28-6. All right, let's get into the end of game stats. If you're heading out, make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way out. It still does help the channel. And then we'll have one more thing after the end. This was I'm happy. I'm really happy the team won this game. I did not want to go out with a loss. I did not want to go out with a freaking blowout. All right. Where's the All right, Spurs Raptors? Okay. We'll take a look at Toronto first, and we definitely got them in the second half. We outscored them 39-21 in the third and 32-23 in the fourth. We outscored them 71-44. We got outscored 74-54 in the first half. So I'm very proud of this team fighting tonight or this afternoon. And the team win. All right, for the Raptors, Jamison Battle finished with 25, which is a career high, but he had 18 points in the first quarter. Really cooled off after that, but still props to him. He played 42 minutes. Rookie had 25 and 9. Nice game. Jonathan Moba finished with 9 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 assists, and 4 steals. He was 1 point away from a triple-double. If he wasn't shooting like poop tonight, he would have made it. He was 4 of 14 from the field and 0 for 5 from 3 and missed the free throw. He was 1 point away from a triple-double. Scotty Barnes went off 15 of 23 from the floor, 35 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. Did have 4 turnovers, but man, with all that production, who cares? Ocha Abaji finished with 14, and Jamal Shed finished with 11. Did not have a particularly good shooting day, 4 and 12 from the field. Off the bench, Garrett Temple did not score. May have torn his ACL or MCL, took a hard spill, or actually Malachi Branham fell on his leg. Hopefully he's okay. To have a serious injury like that in the last game in essentially a meaningless game. The game didn't affect any type of position in the lottery or playoffs for either team. That would really suck if that's a serious injury. Colin Castleton with 10 points, he fouled out. AJ Lawson with 14 points. It says Emmanuel Quickly's on here. It hasn't all with donuts. I don't think he played. I think this is just an error by ESPN. Roar! San Antonio Spurs, Julian Champagny finished with 14. Harrison Barnes finished with 18. Barnes was 8 of 8 from the line. I did not realize he went to the line that much. He also had 3 steals. Okay. Bismack Biyombo, kind of quiet today, 2.7 boards. CP3 started off sluggish, finished strong, 15 points, 7 boards, 6 assists, 4 steals. And I see a lot of autographs being given out right now. That is really awesome for the folks that made it to the game. Stephon Castle, rough shooting game, 5 of 16. Did go 9 of 9 from the line, finished with 20, 8 and 6, did have 4 turnovers. Got to work on the turnovers and shooting the offseason. I believe he will. Hey, Ronnie Minix is in the game throwing some stuff out. Don't throw out your shoulder, buddy. Sandro Mamakeliashvili, nice game off the bench, 12 points, 4 boards, 4 assists. Keldon Johnson was huge today, 23 points, 9 rebounds on 10 of 14 shooting. His free throw shooting sucked. He was 2 of 5. I don't know what's going on there. And his 3-point shooting is 1 of 4, which means he was 9 of 10, 90%, probably within the paint. I don't think he shot outside the paint. I should go to, it'd be cool to go to the last game of the year for the Spurs. Even if everybody's resting, the celebration was awesome. Jordan McLaughlin came in, ran around, and got 2 points. Malachi Branham with a very efficient 11 points. 4 of 4, 1 of 1, and 2 of 2. He didn't miss a shot today. Blake Wesley finished with 8 points. And our Spurs are going to finish with 34 wins, 48 losses, their best season in quite a few years. So good on them. Let me pull up the chat. And Tax Brazilian Ghost with the $5 super chat. The sticker, thank you very much. So we're not finished yet. We got a little something we want to do here at the end of the stream. The Spurs won the last game of the year. And to celebrate the 2024-25 season, we're going to do one last giveaway for this season. We're going to give away the Hoops trading card package that includes a Stephon Castle rookie, Wemby second year. We've seen it on the channel probably a few times, but I want to give one of those away to wrap it up. And why not? I was like, it's the plushies seem to be Amazon is having stock issues. Yodi appears to not even be available. Period. Like you don't go to the Yodi page to see when he's going to be available again. It's just gone. So I don't know if Yodi's still available at all. Yodi might have been so popular he sold out. As he should, because he's awesome and cute. So those of you that got a Yodi from TSR Sports, congratulations. I don't know how many more Yodis we're going to see. But we're going to do a trivia here. We're going to do a trivia. Live trivia. First person to get it right will win the Hoops team pack. And to get it sent to you, just have to hit me up on the Twitter or on my email. Yeah, it's actually is. Rich bought all the Yodis. Maybe I did. Lewis, you too. We'll be back Tuesday night though for the Hawks and the Magic. We're gonna do some hate watching. All right, the trivia question. And I've given the answer a few times tonight, so if you've been watching, you'll know the answer. So I talked about the San Antonio Spurs in my coverage. Who did the Spurs play in the playoff series they lost that I started covering? That's worded terribly. Which team did they lose to that TSR Sports? That was the first Spurs playoff series I've covered and the only playoff series I've covered on the channel. T-Gunk82 got it. T-Gunk, you came in first. Anthony, you are correct. Not the Mavericks. It was the Denver Nuggets. They lost twice. It was Denver in 2019. I worded it poorly. Everybody's getting it now. Carlos has just lost. T-Gunk82, you got it. T-Gunk, do you have my email or on the Twitter? You've written me before. Not the Heat. It was the Denver Nuggets. What's up, Marco? It was an incredible game. It was very early, but thank you for stopping by. It was the Nuggets. I called the last 2 games of the series. I remember DeMar DeRozan getting thrown out of one game for throwing a ball at the ref, and then we just lost the other one. And that's the only playoff games I've covered for the Spurs, if you don't count the play-in. So that was the correct answer. It was Denver Nuggets. I said it a couple times today. And the question was, who was the team the Spurs played in the playoffs that there's the first, or the only, I worded it poorly, but you guys got the answer, most of you. What was the team the Spurs played, and it was the only playoff games I've covered for the Spurs, and it was the first playoffs I covered. It was the Denver Nuggets. It was terribly worded, because I was just off the cuff, but it was T-Gunk82. You got me on Twitter? Okay. I will send you the team set probably tomorrow, T-Gunk. Congratulations. Derek White was on the team. That was Derek White, DeJounte Murray, LaMarcus Aldridge, Rudy Gay, Patty Mills. Yes, Anthony Bar. Yes, that's a good memory. So there was like 20 seconds left on the clock. We were down, I think, 6 or 7 or 8. I don't remember what it was, but I was screaming for a foul. I was like, still try, right? We've seen Reggie Miller score 8 points in 9 seconds, and they did not foul. That was that series. Absolutely. You were at that game, Andrew? Jordan, did you say we lost to the Nuggets earlier in the stream? I mean, I said it a couple times. I know I worded the question poorly, but obviously you guys understood it because a ton of you said the Denver Nuggets. I was trying to think of a question off the cuff because I want to do a giveaway. Actually, it's two giveaways. Um, I hope I'm not announcing this to give a pat on the back, but I want to let you guys know. And if this happens in the future, a viewer won a trivia a few weeks ago, and it was for his son, and he won a baby Wemby. I accidentally sent a baby Kelvin Johnson. I found out today because I was looking at my Amazon Prime and looking for stuff for a giveaway today, and that's when I found out Yodi was out of stock. And because usually I just click the buy again, somehow I sent him Kelvin instead of Wemby by mistake. So I emailed him today. He said, "Don't worry about it. I'm just thankful you sent something." I'm not that kind of person. So I'm going to send that person a baby Wemby. So that person actually won two things because I sent them the wrong thing at first. I'm not going to ask them to send the first thing back, whatever. But the reason I'm bringing this up is not like TSR, you're a great guy, but if you ever win something on the channel and you accidentally get the wrong thing, please let me know immediately. I'm extremely busy with work, this channel, the second channel, the million hobbies I have, and I probably just saw somebody with a mustache because the Kelvin Johnson, Baby Johnson, and Baby Johnson and Baby Wemby do look similar. You guys have said that too, and I probably just looked and I'm like, oh, there's Wemby, and clicked on it and didn't realize I was sending him Kelvin Johnson by mistake. So if ever you ever get something from this channel in a contest that's wrong, let me know. I will not take offense. We'll send it back to Amazon, or if you don't want to send it back to Amazon, we'll figure something out. But I felt really bad because it was for his son. I'm like, if it's for his son, he wanted a Wemby, I got to get him a Wemby. So it was a great season. I thank you all. We will be back on. Darren have to sing too. I sent you a pair of used socks. We did all 82, and we will be live at least once this week, Tuesday night, somewhere between 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern. The Atlanta Hawks play the Orlando Magic. I'll be hate watching the Atlanta Hawks. Will be rooting for Orlando, and if they lose, that means we'll be live again. I think on Thursday for Hate Watch Part 2. I think you sent me the wrong thing. I got some basketball cards, but it's supposed to get. I know, as you were supposed to get gold bars and straight cash, homie. The $10,000 giveaway. I think it's only happened once, but I honestly felt horrible today when I saw that. Um, I think it's a random one-off thing. I'll be extra careful before I hit submit on Amazon Prime moving forward. Butterfly, thank you for stopping in. But this was a fun season, and I can't wait. Next year is going to be lit. I know it is. I feel it is. We're going to be a much better team, and I appreciate everybody that's stuck with us through the stream, especially this last 6 weeks. But you guys know I have a lot of fun when there's 1,000 people watching. We had quite a few streams with 1,000 people watching, and with the Spurs being a playoff team next year, we'll get back to those numbers, and it'll be really fun to grow the channel again and just meet new Spurs fans and just see all the excitement of being a winning team again. I miss that. Yeah, well, there'll be a lot of off-season stuff. We'll do more of the documentaries. Hopefully, those pick up. Those take a lot of work. So if you get a chance, watch the Icky Woods one. I would appreciate it. Maybe help that in the algorithm a little bit. It's only 5 minutes. I've gotten really good feedback on it. I know it's an NFL video, but it's a fun NFL video, and I hope those grow. But also, we'll do off-season draft coverage and any type of trade rumors and trades for the Spurs. And I'll try to do more content in the off-season than I have done in the past. Uh, Try to do more New York Giants shorts if possible, but the Giants stink, as you know. But next season's gonna be great. We got the lottery May 12th. I can't wait for that, and that's all I got. So for the last time this season, it's the last Spurs stream of this season. It was the last time I get to say all this. So thank you very much on behalf of myself. Maybe oh, wait, I can't finish the stream and not show them, right? That's the work of the year. Yes. On behalf of myself, Baby Yodi, Lil Mikey, Yodi. You don't want the stream then. Headband Grogu and Selena. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. I will be back live, but last time we do the Spurs this season. What you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!